Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is Consumers Daily Show, where we believe advertising is awesome, ignorance is expensive, and the American dream is alive and well on the wild, wild web. It is Friday, June 26th, 2026, in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed location hidden in the hills of Austin, Texas, the unofficial home of internet entrepreneurship. We're brought to you by Postscript, Rokt, AfterSell, AppLovin Ads, Proxima, Universal Ads, Rich Panel Intelligence, Northbeam, Seguno, and we got a jam-packed show for you today. It looks like Claude has got momentum, baby, and they are eating up ground on ChatGPT. We're going to talk about it, particularly with paid consumers, a prosumer, you might say. Onward Reserve has got a little hidden Easter egg with the one and only Rizzler on their website. A masterful job by them. Methinks they need to do more with the Rizzler. The 4th of July share of wallet is growing. Things are going up. That bucks the trend. That bucks the trend from the previous 2 years. We're going to dive into it. And a new $25,000 not EV truck, $25,000 EV golf cart just dropped, the Amble One, and the K-shaped economy continues to play out. We're going to be joined by Kenny Trusnik, founder and president of Forest City Digital, Varun Kundra, co-founder of AfterSell, Sarvar Nazir, founder and CEO of Prox, and Brian Baumgartner for our Northbeam Weather Report. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Get in here, Colin.
Yo.
You know, I thought you were frozen for a second, but it just turns out you were
Posing?
You were just posing.
I strike a pose.
You do. You strike a pose often. I'm a little wild and woolly heading in to the weekend here. Producer Jack has let me know that I need my haircut, but I don't even care. Care. I'm still modern mullet maxing, and we've got some exciting things happening inside of our show today. Especially, we open the show typically on Friday mornings with one of our most esteemed, exciting segments of the week. I'm not quite ready for the sound effect here, Producer Jack, but I am almost there. I'm talking about the one and only hot jobs. Caliente. Hot jobs.
Let's go.
I will say this for those who don't know, we've been working on expanding our hot jobs here. And Producer Jack, bring our overlay back up, if you will. That brings us that nice little live element up at the top. We've been working on expanding. Yeah, not this one. We've been working on expanding this hot jobs segment so that we can give you a comprehensive review of all the new jobs that are available inside of our ecosystem. We're going to be releasing that over the weekend. Watch the timeline, watch your newsletter. How this segment goes, I have selected 2 jobs that are available this week. Colin has selected 2 jobs. We will argue which one is the best, and our illustrious producer Jack shall decide who is the winner for hottest job of the week. I believe, Colin One Shot Doherty, you are up first, sir.
Yeah, so Nathan James, creative director. I thought it was really interesting. You report to the SVP of sales and marketing. So you're bringing also an established network of top-tier photographers, videographers, editors, and production partners. You need 5 years of experience. This is a pretty difficult job. You have to be a creative director for Nathan James, which is dealing with home goods and all of the things. So I think this is going to be very hard, but I actually don't know how much money you're going to be making for this. But it's a huge opportunity, great company, exciting what they're doing.
They're also asking for, I will just underline this, they're asking for, like, you need experience in home goods, furniture, D2C. It's very niche.
Very niche.
And they want you to have done that at a 9-figure level and above. So they're looking for a tight group. But methinks if you're in that tight group, this is going to be a killer op. I'll also say they want you to run the shoot. This is not just like, let me AI generate some ads. This is, no, I bring a network of people that can come with me, run shoots professionally on a regular basis. They want you to hit the ground running with that, not build the team in-house, bring the contractors with you and say, I know how to do this. Boom. So this is it's a very specific group.
Yeah.
But beautiful furniture and operating on a high level. One would think if they're looking for 9-figure revenue, this is a 9-figure brand. So pretty safe to say there. Interesting. No notes on pay, but if you're in the right group, methinks a good one. Next here, Red Bull director of Ecomm, Brick and Click. And I will say Brick and Click is in the title. This is the first time I've ever seen this. Okay. Who doesn't want to work with Red Bull? I think everybody does. Wouldn't you like to have that on your resume? Yeah, you would. Santa Monica, California. Thank you. Okay. You're going to be on site in one of the most sought after places in the world. Okay. Making around 200K. What you're going to be doing here, though, you're going to own the Ecomm P&L. You're going to be negotiating with retailers. We're talking Walmart. We're talking Kroger, people like this. And so you really live kind of like in two worlds. And they're looking for 8+ years of Ecomm account management. I don't really even know what that means. But who doesn't want to work for Red Bull and be a part of all of the incredible things that they are doing, extreme sports, all of the marketing ploys, being here on the inside, working with the Ecomm side of the business and the retail side of the business. Very interesting. I find this one compelling.
Super interesting. I would say that there's other really interesting energy drinks and or energy alternatives that are more interesting in 2026 than Red Bull.
Stop it. You stop your talk. You stop your mouth. Yeah. This is the OG. This is the OG.
Yeah, it's fair.
You know who would be I don't know that he's got the retail side of this, but you know who would love working with Red Bull is our good friend Nate Lagos. He would love working with Red Bull. He would love that. Next, a very interesting opportunity here with Cadence.
Crazy op, head of retention at Cadence. Super interesting. What they've done with their branding, how premium it is, how incredible this is. Can't emphasize this enough. This is going to be, the subscription focus of the brand. You're going to be focusing on the retention piece, the CRM, the loyalty, subscription, all of the things that I love a ton for an incredible brand that is just exploding right now. They've gotten into a ton of doors. They've gotten into a boatload of stuff. The product is incredible. I've had the product a ton. Chris, you've had the product a ton.
Yeah.
It is absolutely incredible. It's remote. It's full-time. Insane opportunity. This company is just going to keep exploding up to the right.
And a thing I like about this is coming straight from Matty Martin, who we have had on the show. Great guy. Done an incredible job inside of that business. Essentially, what it looks like to me is you're going to be replacing what he is doing right now.
Yes.
And he is going to be managing you. And he's asking, shoot him a DM. Like, we got this info from him directly posting on X. He wants you to mention, you must include brands you have helped scale specific impact that's attributable to you, and wants you to have in-house supplement CPG experience preferred. If you can get in, this would be a great one to get in on.
Crazy huge opportunity. Like crazy huge opportunity, I would say.
And why not hop in his DMs, man? Blow him up. Everybody should be blowing up Matty Martin's DMs right now. I mean,
100%.
Do it. And we're gonna cut this and post it on top because you definitely should. This is a good one. I'm arguing against myself because this this isn't my job, but it's a great one. It's a great one. I highly recommend. All right, last of our hottest jobs of the week. Whatnot. Okay, this is I know where this is like a platform opportunity, but I am so bullish on Whatnot and live shopping and what they are building over there. This is what they are building. This is a category marketing manager. It's in Seattle. You're going to be on site. You're going to make 125 to 165, somewhere in there. Okay. You're going to be responsible for driving growth in a specific category. They don't say which one, but essentially what you're going to be doing is helping sellers grow their business, what they are doing, how they are going about doing it. You're going to own devising campaigns and creating events that generate buzz and drive people there. So you're going to be in the live shopping experience itself and helping all of these various sellers do more, do better, and go up and to the right. I think strategically, an incredible opportunity as live selling continues to grow here in North America, be part of Whatnot early on as they continue to do that. And I think kind of essentially become them and TikTok auctions, TikTok live, them and TikTok become the owners of this live shopping experience in 2026. Now, especially now that QVC has gone the way of the dinosaur. Manage a portfolio of influencers looking for 4+ years of marketing experience. Why not move to Seattle? Beautiful PNW, Pacific Northwest, and take this op and make it happen. Incredible op. Somebody's going to get a great one on this and establish their experience and expertise in live shopping. Your thoughts?
I think it's okay.
Come on.
I think it's okay. I think it's okay. And it's raining right now in Charlotte. It's dumping. It's dumping a ton of rain.
That's fine.
And it reminds me how much I don't like rain. And you know what has a ton of rain? Seattle. Seattle has a ton of rain. They're notorious for how much rain they have. So no can do on this.
Jack, we need to factor in. I think Colin is like gloomy. He's a little gloomy today. Okay, with the rain. Okay, so I would just ask you to factor out his comments here from especially our last job description, evaluation, commentation.
This is on site. This is on site. You got to factor in location,
which is awesome. Who doesn't want to be in the American rainforest of the Pacific Northwest? Who doesn't want that?
Who doesn't want to be in a rainforest? Who doesn't want that?
You can go down to the public market, whatever that thing is. You can live in a boat. You can live in a boat. People live on boats in Seattle. There's all kind of cool experiences you can have there, and especially if you like seafood, why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not go to Whatnot? Think about that, Producer Jack, as you are making your selection here. I believe we should give a drum roll now, and we should ask Producer Jack to make her choice. What are you? What?
Yeah. Are you serious? How?
Whatnot, baby.
Seafood?
Let's go, baby. Crazy. Yes, I sold her with the seafood. See,
that's crazy.
I knew that I could get Jack with that seafood. I thought I can like tantalize. Well, and she loves live shopping, right?
Dude,
who doesn't love live shopping? Who doesn't?
Did you know that I started a seafood diet this week?
You see food and you eat it. That one?
Yeah, buddy. Hey-o.
I don't think you eat that much food. I think you eat peptides. You eat peptides.
I eat peptides and the blood of my enemies. And that's the only two things those are the only two things I have.
Usually I don't eat until after the show. And so usually I'm not eating until about 3 o'clock, which has been part of, me looking so handsome on this screen day by day. But I will say I took a little food to up my energy, make sure I'm ready for the show today. Had a handful of pepperonis, just pepperonis straight from the bag. Little couple slices of cheese. I'm good to go. I'm ready.
Nice. I had a breakfast burrito.
Did you really? I'm proud of you. I didn't think you could even handle that with all of your.
Barely can.
Wow. Well, many thanks to Producer Jack for making such a wise choice. You can bring us back here, Jack. Ladies and gentlemen, make a friend. Find your way in. These are 4 of the hottest jobs. I think we've identified at least 200 that we're going to be releasing. And you should go and, you do the thing, subscribe, newsletter, all that. You'll get the full spreadsheet. You're going to be doing this every week. And golly, such a smart choice by you, Jack. I'm continually surprised, and you continue to be top tier. Moving forward to our stories of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Rich Panel. Your CX team is getting buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money. Refunds, order tracking, subscription cancellations. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache and automates 70 to 80% of interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. Okay. Your team of Rich Panel AI agents has got you on the rest end to end. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Okay. Ridge did this, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 over the course of a year. Migration takes less than 2 weeks, and your CSAT score is going up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com today. Book your demo. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of the show. Stories of the day. Apparently, some data here on what I think we all feel and know is that all the momentum is with Claude right now. It's with 100%. Claude. It's not with Chat. It's with Claude. Anthropic's Claude is winning over paid consumers. Specifically, this story comes to us by way of TechCrunch, and wanted to lay some numbers here on top of what we all kind of instinctively feel inside of the Ecomm, D2C, CPG community that we live and work in. Indigari analyzes billions of anonymized credit card transactions from about 28 million U.S. consumers. The data can't give us absolute numbers about Anthropic's revenue or total consumers, but it is large enough sampling to spot trends. And the trend in Anthropic's case is up and to the right. Look at that. Very much up and to the right. The data we analyze covers weekly transactions from 2025 through May 10th, includes payments for items like subscriptions, API tokens. It shows Claude's paying consumers and revenue growing month by month, currently up about 75% since January. They've been shipping.
They ship every day.
They ship every day. And we try to as well. Notably, the gains continued even after the company saw a growth spike from consumers in March when it refused to allow its models to be used by the Trump administration for mass surveillance. Another indicator of Claude's growing popularity with consumers comes from DataCamp, an online education platform that teaches AI skills to consumers and business employees. Got about 20 million users. Interest in Claude among consumers on DataCamp has exploded. This, I think, is definitely of note for all our course boys. Claude is now the most searched term on DataCamp's site, even more than AI, even more than the term AI. Claude is the most searched term. ChatGPT courses are still far more popular, with businesses doing corporate training among self-directed consumers. This is where when they say self-directed consumers, I feel like we're hitting the D2C operator. I mean, it just describes our people.
Totally.
Self-directed consumers' demand for Claude courses is outpacing ChatGPT by 3 to 1, the company says. Demand for courses on Claude has increased 18x in the last 30 days alone. And you can see this chart here. Claude's meteoric rise to the #1 search on DataCamp. It's more than SQL, more than Python, more than AI, far more than Copilot, far more than Gemini and ChatGPT. ChatGPT is 97th. True audience for top AI assistants. Keep scrolling down here, producer Jack. Chat still got the volume. You can see that here. I mean, vastly has the volume here. We're looking at just under 1.2 billion. Anthropic's just over 0.2 billion, so 200,000. But meteoric rise here. And I think the trend, especially the search on DataCamp, tells you something. Somebody needs to be making some Claude marketing, like D2C. Somebody needs to be making some courses on this.
I would say also there's a piece of this where I'm a little sad that Google Gemini isn't a bigger lion share, just given how big the company is and how initially amazing Google Gemini was. I don't know if you've used Google Gemini at all. Have you?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's like this huge opportunity with Google where they could have really baked something out really nicely. Copilot's just like whatever. You basically automatically get it baked into Microsoft products. So, so all of the state government employees have to use Copilot, which is kind of wild. But they say it all sucks.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is still really interesting. It just came out yesterday that they are trying to release 5.6, but the government is holding them back.
Yeah.
On potential, security regulations and issues along that. I don't really know where we go from here in terms of like the arms race when it comes to AI bots. I think Claude is basically just taken the entire market, which is insane to me because they were a second mover.
Yeah.
They weren't the first.
They're gaining meteoric ground and interest, and perhaps as you have noted, with incredible marketing ploys such as mythos. Oh, it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
Now it's here, but anyway, they've been doing a good job. A couple of more charts here. Okay, this is ChatGPT customers versus Claude customers. So chat, mogging them in terms of customers. But scroll down again here, Producer Jack, one more. Look at this as far as sales, ChatGPT sales versus Claude sales. I don't know exactly what that means here. There's no question that Claude has started to gain on ChatGPT this year in terms of dollars collected from consumers, as well as general consumer awareness and interest. So apparently this is monies collected from consumers, despite the drastic difference in the amount of customers. Claude gaining ground quickly on the amount of dollars gleaned from those customers.
Because there's two pools for each of them. There's Claude basically having the business enterprise. That's how they're gaining dollars in for their business. They're getting more enterprise businesses. ChatGPT has to pull out more pro users. And then also on top of that, they have to monetize very aggressively with the ads platform. And so it's an interesting way that this is shaking out. Claude has said they're never going to do advertisements inside of Claude. I don't know how long they hold on to that, but it's an arms race. It is an arms race. Make no doubt about it. These two are in fierce competition, and gosh, I don't know who wins because both of them have enough funding behind them to basically go to the moon and back 1 billion times.
I have no I have no view on like the political piece of this. But it seems like the administration's going to stop both of them, pause both of them, like have input on both of them. I think Sam has said, hey, we don't really like this model long term. I think what he was meaning by with model is not like the ChatGPT 5.6 that they were releasing. I think what he meant was, we don't like this where we like try and release something and you stop us. I think that's what he was talking about. I don't know. I could have gotten that quote wrong. But interesting to say the least. And I will say, I'm Claude filled at this point. I just like it better. And they need to monetize the Claude code spinner, man. Kickbacks is doing this. It's so smart. Claude should, the Anthropic should do that. They should make that little spinner. They should monetize that with ads. Kickbacks is doing it, and it's super smart.
Yeah. I think it makes it. I think it makes it hard to shift too. Once you get super comfortable with a model understands you a lot better. Yeah. And you have some stuff saved inside of the model itself, like a cash flow model or, scheduling or anything like that. And so it makes it stickier and harder to switch. So, something to think about.
Maybe Jacob Posel of HQ would counsel us otherwise to build our AI brain inside of Obsidian and be able to model switch, perhaps. I'm interested, Jacob. I say again, I'm interested, Jacob. Moving forward here, an incredible Easter egg find on Onward Reserve. Did you flag this, Colin?
Yeah.
Was it you found this? Okay. Onward Reserve, maker of premium polos. I would say When I think of Onward Reserve, I think of like it's like your typical Southern gentleman's polo. You're
Yeah.
gonna spend about $100. You're gonna get you a nice polo that's breathable, looks good, feels good. In their game day section, which of course they have their Big Ten and SEC schools represented here. In their game day section, underneath the UGA big dog, hungry dog polo, whichever one it is a picture of the Rizzler.
Let's go.
Move forward to our second picture here. Let's show the website. Let's show it actually on the website here, Producer Jack. Can you show us the second picture inside of this experience here? Well, I believe that you can. But anyway, yeah, no, the second picture. Yeah, just click to the right. There you go. There, no. Okay. Anyway,
No.
the Rizzler is here. There he is. We got him. We found him. The Rizzler is here. If you don't know who the Rizzler is, you haven't been on the internet very much.
What an Easter egg.
Beloved character. I feel like he has replaced Hezbollah.
Definitely.
You know, I feel like he has replaced him. A lovable, probably 10-year-old, 11-year-old boy. And incredible that they have Onward Reserve has this like hidden in their website. I think they need to have this on like the front page. I hope they revive this and talk about this in the fall. I mean, how many people have the Rizzler sporting their wares on the interwebs?
I totally love this as an Easter egg. I don't want them to push this out onto the main page. I want this to be like a wink, wink. If you know, you know. If you're a true Onward Reserve fan, you know about this, that kind of thing. I also think brands should take note and figure out more ways to work in Easter eggs into the rest of their products, into the rest of their websites. There's a funny one that Rivian Dish did where they have you open up the charging port for Rivian and there's a maze, like a literal maze in the door of that you can play and like figure out the end and the beat. And it's like stuff like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't, it's not, gonna break the bank, stuff like that. I think more brands should be doing it. I think it's great press because it's so unique and so many brands are not thinking about it at all. I love this. I want to see more of this.
Yeah, I think Big Rob's tweet on this got about 116,000 views on Twitter.
Actually, they got sales from this.
I'm sure they did. Made me want to buy. Buy. A couple other products because I was looking at Onward Reserve's website here. Look at this hat. Can you show us this hat? Look at this hat, bro. American flag rope hat. I mean, that baby blue. They're calling it lake blue. I mean, look at this thing. Don't you want to celebrate America 250 in this hat? I mean, look at this. This thing's gorgeous.
Their button downs are really high quality too. If you want to look at long sleeve button downs, I know like right now is the perfect time to buy long sleeve button downs. They have really high quality long sleeve button downs too.
Show us I flagged one more here, Producer Jack. Show us the Waffle House collection.
Classic
Waffle House collection. Can you zoom in here? You can see, it's like the little Waffle House mugs. They have a couple other of these. I wasn't as like impressed with the other two designs, just because I wanted to see like Waffle House waffles and stuff on them, which I didn't. But this one's got the mug, so good, and a feature piece of Southern culture is the Waffle House, where one goes to drown one's sorrows in sugary carbs at 2 a.m. And observe the fights that may be happening. An incredible choice by them. I celebrate this, and I want more of this. More Waffle House collab, please.
More Waffle House collab. Lean more into the Southern, edge that you guys have. I love it.
Third here story. 4th of July is coming. The crazy thing is because we're here every day, I forget. I just forget. I'm just thinking about the next show. 4th of July is on its way. It shall be.
Yes, it is.
And Americans are spending more. Maybe it's because of America 250. Maybe it's just because of grocery prices. Americans are spending more share of wallet for the 4th of July is growing. This story comes to us by way of Retail Brew. Let me give you some deets on this. And of note, because, hey, it's not too late to capture some of this share of wallet, ladies and gentlemen, if your marketing calendars are not prepared for it. While some are already planning ahead to Halloween, I think a little too soon for that, many consumers over the next week will be stocking up for their 4th of July celebrations. Percentage of consumers planning to celebrate the day ticked up from 86 to 87% this year, according to the NRF, National Retail Federation. Consumers' projected spend on food, just food, for Independence Day celebrations is also projected to rise after 2 years of decline. Okay, so we're going the opposite way. We're rising, spending more, jumping from 5.6% year over year to 9.4 billion per the NRF, with per person spending anticipated to notch up from 92 to 94 bucks. Jump comes as prices of many summer grilling staples climb, so that's got to be part of it. Cookout costs for 10 people have increased 4% year over year to hit 73 bucks. So I guess you're looking at about $7 per person. Not too bad. Highest price in 10 years. Some notable increases from the last year include 2 pints of strawberries, up 12%. Okay, nobody likes that. Hamburger buns climbing 7.7%. 2 pounds of ground beef, 5.5% higher than last year. Half gallon of ice cream necessary for 4th of July celebrations, jumping 5.3%. One bright spot, potato salad ingredients fell 17.8%. Okay, so if you're looking to invest, maybe you need to invest in some sides, a few more sides for this year, thanks to lower egg and potato prices. For those in the Northeast, the region is the cheapest location to buy cookout fare this year, at clocking in at 71 bucks. We're up in the Midwest and the South. I think of note here, hey man, if people are going to be dropping like 90 bucks per person for the 4th of July, fireworks, all things included, if they're going to drop just under 100 bucks on a cookout, like, why not nab? I'm already spending on the 4th of July. I got more people celebrating. Why not nab a little bit of that and, run a deal? Send an extra email campaign. Well, make an America 250 hat. It's not too late. I know we're close, but it's not too late to put some ads together and do it if you're not already doing it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting what happens this 4th of July, because it's either going to be a cash compression from people spending in person on their 4th of July, quote unquote, parties. You got the parties. But I don't think you layer consumer on top of that. I think it's going to be a cash crunch for people trying to basically have parties with their friends. I think consumer maybe takes a little bit of a beating that weekend, strictly because people are not on their computers or cell phones. They're hanging with people, which I'm fine with. I would rather
Are you okay with that? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would would rather we hang out with more people in person and have more connections. And
me, you, and me.
Dude, I'm down. I'm down whenever. But I think there's going to be a hurt on consumer. I don't think you're going to be able to just slide in a deal like you're talking about for 4th of July. I think it's got to be very product specific, and it's got to hit before 4th of July. So like, you have to ship to me before 4th of July the product you're selling now.
Well, let me just say this. After you're out in person, hanging out with friends, enjoying some red meat that one has barbecued on said grill, and you're relaxing, the family's out, the fireworks are to come. Maybe one has taken in a bevy or two at this point. Just a little
4 or 5
or 4 or 5, an SMS campaign, dutifully delivered on the phone.
Great counterpoint. This is a great counterpoint.
On the phone. Hey, big boy, all your favorite stuff is available right now, and there's only a few hours left. You're not even going to remember buying it tomorrow.
Yes.
But
crazy.
Order it now, and you'll get it in a few days. Nate Lagos, who has already been mentioned on the show, for some reason he is top of mind for me. Nate Lagos always talks about doing this during the Super Bowl halftime. And I think it's worthwhile to consider this kind of play amidst 4th of July festivities.
Crazy good idea. Crazy good counterpoint. You should launch an SMS campaign, honestly, by postscript, and you should do it.
Yes.
You should do it late July 4th. So like after people have had a couple beverages,
Yeah.
and immediately use their new shopper feature where you can just tap to buy.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a phenomenal idea. Really good counterpoint from you, because I can promise you people will be buying at that exact time. Just time it right. And also throw in some time sensitivity in there. So like maybe make the sale like next hour or 2 hours. So it's not just a blanket window. Really lock it in for like, hey, you got a little window here. People are excited about 4th of July. Great. I got some meat in me. I got some brews in me.
Yeah. Yeah. America. You know, I've already had my neighborhood bald eagle land upon my arm and show it off to my friends, you know, and now
Dude,
we go forth to light fireworks in the cul-de-sac.
You want to hear something crazy? You don't know this.
do.
I've never told you this.
Tell me.
My neighbor is a falcon trainer.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually.
Like literally my next door neighbor trains falcons. And
right meow.
Right meow. And we'll go out the front yard and she'll literally be training falcons.
Did I ever hunt your dog? Those falcons get after your dog.
Never.
Those birds of prey.
Birds of prey.
Woo! Isn't that what they're called? Birds of prey?
Yeah.
Birds of what's the other? Predator. Well, I feel like I'm getting that wrong because
no, you're right. Birds of prey.
Okay. All right. Hawk, quite a predator. Hawk. That's pretty cool. I would like you to film that over the weekend amidst the festivities for July 4th. I think that would be great. Have it land on your arm. Huh? What? Do it for America. Do it for America, and everybody should make an SMS postscript campaign to deliver wisely, timely on July 4th. We have coming inside of this show right now, we have the one and only Kenny Trusnik, founder and president of Forest City Digital, doer of many things. I believe he spent many years in B2B, marketplace tech, lots of integration work. I think he's worked with Sherwin-Williams, which is like one of the largest companies on earth. Okay, covering the world in paint. And now they do all kind of things inside of our world: Shopify, design, dev, SEO, paid media, Klaviyo, all of the things, email, etc. We must bring him inside of this show. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about AppLovin ads. If you are running a D2C brand and you're not on AppLovin yet, you're leaving money on the table. Don't do that. AppLovin gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers inside the games everyone loves to play: Mahjong, Candy Crush, Solitaire, etc. And more people play mobile games than you think. These are mainstream, financially comfortable household decision makers, and the unlock is the format. Okay, people watching your ads for 35 seconds on average instead of 0.35 that we are all, trying to survive inside of other social feeds. And it converts. 80% of purchases happen within an hour of the click. I myself know this from experience. Helped one of my friends get over on AppLovin, scaled up spend, resurrected Q4, etc. Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, your favorite brands are there. Get in now before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom Cowboy. Get rolling with AppLovin ads. Many thanks for them being part of this show. Now, we must bring the one and only Kenny Trusnik inside of this show, helping brands from 1 to 10 million plus in revenue scale, enjoy, and grow. Let's bring him inside of the show right now. Everybody, welcome the one and only Kenny Trusnik. Get in here, Kenny.
What's going on, guys? How's it going, Chris, Colin?
Kenny. Man, even better now that you are here, my friend. I must say, I like your setup here. I feel like I think this is the Forest City logo in the background. Is that it right there?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It looked almost like the Cotton Bowl logo, which is one of my favorite places in the whole world, in Dallas, Texas. It made me like you all the more, Kenny. Man, welcome to the show. We appreciate you making the time to join us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely.
Man, Kenny, I would love to get some background on you because instead Sherwin-Williams, B2B, all of this kind of experience, now translating it to our consumer world. Man, Google Earth out for us a little bit. Give us some background on you.
So it's funny when I tell people this. I was a bio pre-med major for maybe about a year.
All right.
That's how my journey started. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to work in orthopedics, and sure as hell, I got about 3 or 4 months in. I failed advanced calculus, and I'm like, oh crap! I got kicked out of the school, and I need to go to. I need to figure out a new school to go into, and I stumbled into business and technology. It was called BIS at the time, business information systems, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I was, a college athlete. I was trying to figure out who I was going to be after college, because in wrestling there isn't really professional sports. There's like UFC and MMA, and you got the
basically, that's your choice, right?
I was not that guy. I was a fringe college wrestler at best. And so I was at that point in my life, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And so I started exploring, business, marketing, logistics, the database side, and just, I don't know, trying to figure out who I was. Yeah. And not going to lie, I spent, probably my sophomore year and junior year, I applied for like 60 or 70 internships, and I didn't get a single call back until March of my junior year. And the one callback I got was Toyota, believe it or not. It was
really
their own company. And they were like, hey, do you want to come in for an interview? And I was driving home from the interview, or I was actually at my interview. It was the funniest thing. It was the first interview question that the head of sales asked me. He's like, I ask myself every interview, would I sit across from this guy and drink a beer at a bar? And the answer is yes with you. And
all right.
Drove home from the interview, and I got a call back saying, hey, can you turn back around? We've got a job offer letter that we want to run by you as an intern.
Boom.
And that's how my professional journey started. And so it was this little, Toyota forklift dealership that was just bought by Toyota. They've been around 50 years, never done marketing. Wow. Their budget was golf balls and t-shirts with a logo on it.
All right.
And they were like, I finished my first project in 3 weeks, and I handed it to them. And I was like, what do you want me to do as your marketing intern? And they were like, I don't know, go figure it out.
There we go, baby.
And I built basically over 4.5 years, I built a marketing department from scratch, which was,
wow.
I never should have been in that position, like professionally, experience-wise, but you take the cards you had and you run with it. And that's
a great experience.
That's how my professional career started. And so naturally, I got promoted to the headquarters. I was part of a global e-commerce B2B program for Toyota on the industrial side. Wild. Again, stumbled into something I should have no business in being, and I was designing business processes on the back end of that e-commerce.
Right, let's go, baby.
Why am I doing this? And so, but you take what you get and you run with it, and you just keep taking those levels. So that was about half my career. I spent about seven plus years doing that for Toyota. It was awesome.
Wow.
This kind of, can't really, it's hard to find an opportunity. Oh, I get one, and then I just make the most of it. I don't really belong here, but I'm making the most of it. I feel like this is like everybody's story in D2C and e-commerce. It's like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying, and it worked. Let's keep going.
Yeah, one opportunity, you take it, and you do whatever you can to run with that thing. So that's always been my motto, and it's worked out great. I'll tell you that.
That's great.
Could you dive into what you're doing now at Forest City Digital and kind of what you guys are doing with everybody? I've heard some really interesting stuff that you guys are doing with THC beverages. If you want to dive into that.
Actually, I think I was in your town last week in Austin, right?
Yeah, were you really?
Yeah, I was at was it the Palmer Center in downtown?
Oh yeah.
The Hemp Beverage Expo. It's the largest expo in the country for hemp beverage.
I did not know that.
Whoa.
I got a fridge full of goodies next door too.
Good on you. Good on you.
But yeah, Forest City. It started when I moved back to Cleveland, and I had Toyota experience. I was now working at Sherwin-Williams, and a lot of my network was poking me about like, hey, this was pre-COVID boom, and so let's grab lunch, let's grab a beer, let's talk about it. And that kind of naturally transitioned into some consulting work, side gig work. I had a young family, so I'm like, sure, I'll take some extra money.
Yeah.
And over a couple of years, it just kind of snowballed. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be because I worked so enterprise for so long, and I designed the processes that I did at Toyota and some at Sherwin-Williams that Shopify has already kind of built for smaller businesses. And so I kind of stumbled into it when I moved back home. I had no intention of starting an agency. And so by day I was working full time. By night I was doing side gig work. At one point I was a product of a layoff, and I was looking for a new job. But at the same time I was like, well, let's see what I could do with the business.
Yeah.
And I'm here 3 years later, full time into the business. We've got about 20 full-time employees and contractors. But
incredible, man.
Really what we've grown into is what we refer to as a performance marketing agency. And so what that means to me, being client side, is traditionally a performance agency is a Meta ads driving ROAS, a Google ads agency driving ROAS and return on that ad spend. We look at performance more at a business level of like influencing that top and bottom line. Marketing still needs to be profitable, and that's one of the things that a lot of agencies out in the space just don't fully understand or grasp, is how to develop a marketing program that's sustainable for a business D2C wise. And so that comes with infrastructure and making sure you've got the right mechanisms. You don't want to overspend because you're going to see declining returns, right? It's like that bell curve. And so we come in and we help drive a lot of that strategy for those brands that are growing, but they've grown to a point where they don't know what to do next. And so that's where really we thrive. They're starting to get good traction. They plug us in and we really help them formalize that marketing system, that marketing program for them, and build it out. So that's what performance means to us. How do we build it? They spend a fortune on advertising. Great. In the hemp space, 1.5 to 2x ROAS is fantastic in advertising.
Well, I was gonna say, Kenny, like, man, the hemp space, THC, like all of it, not an easy category to navigate.
It's wild. Some of the things and the fluidity of like the political landscape behind it. It's not even fully regulated yet, federally or even at the state level. But the one thing I really like about the hemp beverage space is, like, from a community aspect, that little pocket of hemp is unified in wanting regulation. And so it's already naturally starting to self-regulate in a lot of ways through COAs and getting all of their products tested. A lot of the frameworks that they're putting on their D2C sites, and just how they're going about getting distribution and building up their industry. And so that's the nice part I like about the hemp beverage side more specifically.
Yeah. How are you advertising for hemp beverage? Because there's so many channels that are just like absolutely hard no, or you got to basically go through every single loophole in the entire world. What's your like
us? Come on,
there's maybe one channel that you like, maybe one avenue you like doing, just a little something.
Yeah, Meta is the most popular, believe it or not. I mean, even though it doesn't necessarily allow for the brand, there's a lot of ways to bypass that. In the types of languages and promotion, you can't do the traditional D2C route, but you can certainly promote the brand. A lot of it is driving awareness and traffic and engagement to the site and recapturing that in other ways through like retention-based programs. And through other ad channels that are compliant from a hemp perspective.
Got it.
Interesting. So you could drive interest or traffic to some kind of educational, website, something, nab that information, bring people over here, email them, get them back to this other website that's associated, et cetera, something like this.
Yep. Introducing visitor identification tools so that you can de-anonymize them, tie them into Klaviyo. So there's a lot of different tools to be able to do that. Rewards for referrals. The other way too is education. Education is really important because this is an alcohol alternative in a lot of ways, if you think about it. And so you have to educate individuals on the effects and what they can expect. And a lot of times people don't buy it. That's the biggest hurdle, is because they don't know what to expect if they use it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's totally fair. That's totally fair. You know, it seems like too, like if you're educating, like you're trying to educate on a, social platform or whatever, you may have to like avoid certain words or say, it's like,
Maybe.
a little little massaging of the script that one would have to do there. Tricky. And I would imagine a bunch of like just testing and seeing like what works and what doesn't. Is that fair?
It's all testing. I mean, and there's a lot of what we refer to as social tonics out there.
Social tonics.
Social tonics. Yep.
A social tonic to take
visually altering beverages. Like there's all different ways you get crazy with the languages.
That's great.
Using creative, using your hand to block the label so it doesn't pick up, the THC and the milligrams or anything like that. Oh yeah.
Wow. So you might show it like you're just like showing it like this, or like you're gonna, something like
and
that.
It's awkward. It's like, I really hold my can that way, right?
Yeah.
Like you got the 4-finger spread covering all the major parts.
Wow. That's interesting.
Not to get too political into this, but how are you seeing kind of these laws shake out? Because I feel like you're at the forefront of it. We're very good friends with some THC brand owners of the show, and they got totally razzed earlier this year. I'm sure you're aware of everything that went on. How do you see that playing out? And do you think that these brands are going to get quote unquote rescued from the terrible thing that happened?
Yeah. So the November ban is a huge thing. I mean, I think it shook up the industry. The funny part is that a lot of the brands that we work with seemingly have doubled down.
Really?
In the D2C space. Part of it is they want to clear the inventory. But I mean, there are two routes. You're preparing for an effective ban, which is not a full ban. If you don't understand that, it means you can still have 0.4 milligrams in a beverage. So there's a lot of brands now reformulating a certain way to still give an effect that has THC in it.
Interesting.
But then you've got the alternative beverage. You talk about nootropics, you talk about adaptogen-based blends, kava, kratom. People are coming up with different formulations of their current, flavors, and they're rolling it out with different types of formulations now. But on the same token, I think the White House just released something 2 days ago, basically requesting Congress to regulate the hemp space officially. So there was a letter from the White House to Congress asking them to take the next step in regulating this space. And the goal is really before the midterm election.
I see. Right. Yeah. And regulating, I mean, let's just put teeth on that, meaning like put boundaries, put boundaries in place. Put rules in place that takes away the altogether ban in November, or what?
That would basically supersede the ban, or to extend the ban another year so that they could put the rules in place that people can abide by. Because that's the issue. There is no regulation. You want to talk about the Wild West? You guys are cowboys. I mean, you live in the space. You love it. There are no rules in a lot of ways. So responsible parties are doing the right thing, but there's a couple bad actors out there for sure. In any space. But it's actually being equated to, I heard it a lot at HBE last week in Austin, that, they're referring to it as like Prohibition 2.0. Because it's so well adopted that they're effectively banning all these beverages, that there's going to be bootlegging and everything else until it is regulated again. And just hopefully it's not 12 years later.
Well, we had this is a point exactly that Nate Cooper over at Barrel Ventures brought up when he was here. He's a big proponent. I believe they're investors.
They're investors.
And he brought this up. He's like, it's just too big. What are we going to do? Are they going to really do Prohibition 2.0? Is his point. And it would be extreme. I mean, there's a lot of momentum in the space. You know what I mean?
100%. I mean, you're talking whole vertical. You're talking farmers. You're talking manufacturing. You're talking formulators. You're talking resellers and brands, and even ancillary services like ours. I mean, it's the industry itself is large, but think about all of the supporting industries around it that would be impacted. I mean, that is detrimental. And that's putting it nice.
It's a big impact. Wow. Very
Kenny, are
interesting.
you're also working with, I'm pretty sure other categories as well, if I'm not correct. You're also working with, I think, auto, and I think also food and coffee, which are, I would say, easier categories than going all
Probably a
in.
little bit.
Probably easier running ads. Can you talk to us about how you're scaling those businesses and building those out?
Yeah, so it really depends on the brand itself. When we come in, we try to look for holes in their system. That's the first thing we do. When we talk about, you probably know the sales funnel and everything else. The goal is to identify what those holes are first and plug the gaps as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Because then we can really see what the full system looks and operates like. We actually we have a ranching supplies company down in Texas too. A lot of business in Texas.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Everything's bigger in Texas, I guess.
It is. It is.
But
Chris loves that. Chris loves
I
that.
do. I love it.
I'm an Ohioan, and I admit that.
Right.
But yeah, really, our first step is to figure out what is working, what's not, and plugging in those gaps. And that's taking a step back, looking at all of the data, all the different platforms, looking at the type of product it is, because product fit on D2C is even important. And so we've had brands try to, sell something that is just, it's like, we'll use a gimmicky product as an example. I don't want to say it out loud. Maybe I'll send you guys one. It's not a fit for D2C. Let me put it that way.
All right.
Okay.
And it's not what you expect. It's something that you would fully expect to get on like an Ace Hardware or like an Amazon.com. You don't need to have a standalone site. And so, we even get into it and work with a client. Sometimes we say, listen, this is not the right space for you. The data points everywhere else but here. And you need to go here, here, and here. And so that's kind of the value of working with us, is we look at kind of the bigger picture from a business standpoint. Because at the end of the day, we're not in it to work with any business. It's, hey, are we a right fit? Are we going to get them from point B to point D so that they can keep growing their business? And so a lot of times it's the retention side. That's usually the first play, not just email and SMS, but hitting all of the different behavior points. That's usually the biggest miss and the lowest hanging fruit in a lot of these brands. They have the basics, a browse abandonment, a cart abandonment, but is the product replenishable? I love the CBG space because, people always
Buy more.
need it. You need subscriptions. You need to get this once a month. That bar of shampoo, the shampoo bar that you rub in your head, it disappears after a month, right? You got to get a new one.
Kenny, tell me this. This point that you're making, it doesn't translate as neatly to automotive. Aftermarket, you need a specific part, but just having been in that vertical a little bit, and there are some massive automotive e-com businesses that people don't even know who they are. If you said the brand, you wouldn't be impressed, but they're like giant, and there's like these holding companies. They got like 6 or 7 of them, like 6 or 7 of these 8 and 9 figure brands all in this little group. And they got like one marketer, and they're like operating these massive automotive businesses. It's interesting to me because the subscription piece and, the things that we love about LTV and et cetera, it doesn't translate as neatly over in automotive, but still there are these like massive businesses with giant SKU counts that are crushing on the internet. Yeah.
I love the automotive space especially in D2C, for a wide variety of rates. I worked for one of those companies. The PE firm that I worked for, I think they own 16 brands now. Whoa. And it's absurd, and it's all automotive and like motocross racing. It's actually fun brands. But the best part about those brands is being the only marketer or e-com guy in that entire organization is that, any small change is a massive feat for them. Marketing descriptions alone is probably the easiest thing you could do to drive results, and none of them have a marketing description. It's a
crazy.
So like an engine piston, and there's only so many ways you could describe an engine piston, let's be honest. But having that detailed context from an SEO standpoint, from an agentic standpoint, from a searchability standpoint on a site, that makes the user experience that much more potent. And even if you do that little bit, we've seen 50, 60, 70% revenue growth year over year because of those small changes alone.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's kind of exciting. It's exciting too in this kind of agentified era of
Yeah.
ecom that we're entering into. We had two guys on the show. I think it was this week or
Yes.
last week.
Yes.
The Paganellis from Webaholics. They've got a automotive type business. It's got like 2 million listings or something.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, it's like this point. It's like, yeah, they're utilizing AI to, like, you know, put prices up and down,
Yeah.
and they change the descriptions, etc. And that's the incredible thing here is that if you've got the right words and AI can find you, then ChatGPT can surface you when people are looking exactly for what you have.
Yeah, that integration with like Claude to Shopify, when you're talking about, to your point, like 70,000 SKUs, one person isn't going to move the needle. But with Claude or a ChatGPT integration, just being able to write marketing descriptions for it, I mean, you're talking about mass scale at that point if you leverage those types of things. Yeah, it's huge for massive catalogs. You don't need a Datadog for that anymore.
Interesting. Interesting.
Wow.
Kenny, brother, we appreciate you making the time to join us and dropping a little sauce on these various categories. Brother, where can people find you, follow you, talk with you, get involved with what you're doing?
Yeah. So you can always go to forestcitydigital.com. I'm always open for like a coffee and talking shop. You know, I love doing this type of thing. This is the world I've lived in my whole career. So anytime I get a chance to do this, it's fun. But feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. Follow Forest City Digital on LinkedIn. We're always dropping nuggets, especially in those spaces that we specialize in: automotive, hemp, anything related to ecom, anything talking nerdy. You know, we're game for.
All right. All right. Kenny, we appreciate you making the time to join us. Look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks, gents.
Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to the Guardians. No, not the Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Guardians. The Browns. You know, a few of my favorite quarterbacks actually went and played for the Browns. Colt McCoy, Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield. Those are like three of my favorites, man. Those are my boys. I mean, Colt I played with, so of course.
Yeah.
Colt, Johnny. I mean, they've had some great QBs come through. They just
true.
Being better off in another place. They left.
So true.
maybe not for Johnny. But anyway, very interesting. We have next coming inside of the show, we have the one and only Varun Kundra, co-founder of AfterSell, coming to us. Before he comes, maybe we'll hit one more story before he comes as well. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Intelligems. What is the next big idea that you have that could change your business? Is it a price change? Is it adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle strategy? Is it an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. It's an AI-powered testing platform that helps you find the changes worth making that are going to drive revenue to your bottom line. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Talk with Intelligems. You're going to get 3 ideas that you can roll forth and test immediately. The AI-powered audit's completely free. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of this show. Now, before Varun comes to us, you've got something. You've got something.
No.
When we come back and you're smiling, I know that you have discovered something.
Now, OpenAI is releasing their new model 5.6 today, but the government is basically saying only 20 companies can have it. So not really released.
Standard. Not really released. This is like the same mythos thing. It's too dangerous. It's too good. We got to give it to 40 companies first.
Kind of lame.
I don't get that.
Lame.
I thought Fable, the tame version of Mythos, was cool. I'd love to have it back. Before Varun comes to us, I want to talk about this one because this is like the other side of the K-shaped economy, which we have covered. The Amble One, producer Jack, $25,000 luxury golf cart has just dropped. You can get a Slate truck for $25,000, or you can get an Amble One luxury golf cart for a mere $25,000. I don't know if this thing has incredible speakers. Okay, it'd be cool if it did. But a few details here. $25,000 luxury low-speed buggy maxes out at about 40 miles per hour, weighs less than 1,000 pounds, which makes it street legal in Europe and Asia. I don't know if it's legal here, but people in my neighborhood, they're all the time. That's like the flex is let's drive our golf cart around the neighborhood.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
what everybody wants to do. Play the
100%.
music. Teenagers get in it. They're bumping. Which I would have done the same if I were 16 or 15 or 12. Somewhere on the vehicle spectrum between Rivian and a Lime scooter, the Amble One was born. Portugal-based startup. This thing looks like it's coming out of SoCal. It's actually out of Portugal.
It's sick.
Founded by Apple and Audi alumni. Introduced this new electric buggy yesterday. Does have a bungee cord for a full cooler in the back seat. Okay. Street legal in the Europe and in the US. It's a bougie golf cart, is bigger than you think. Amble will start hospitality deliveries in mid 2027, saying its production capacity for the next year is already sold out. But they're taking pre-orders. Producer Jack, bring up this website for us and let's look at this thing. I mean, it looks fantastic. I mean, it looks cool. Let's look at it drive around. I mean, look at it. You're showing up on the beach. You know, it's got like the 4x4 type wheels, simple. Part of me wonders, like, is it too simple? Like for 25K? Like, is it too simple? You know, but it looks awesome. It looks great.
I'm between this. I'm bringing up a Polaris. Do you know the Polaris RZR?
Yeah, like the Gators, right?
Yeah. So like, okay, here I'm gonna bring this up. Jack, you want to bring this up super quick? I found a comp of a Polaris that's also 25K, and it's the premium version. It's a 4x4.
It's like made for the ranch and for the swamp, right?
Yeah, but it like goes faster too. Specs. It's going.
Look at that thing.
That's what I'm saying. Same price, and the thing's like you can mog down the street on that. Like you don't have to worry about that thing getting hurt at all. That's the premium version too. That's like 2025.
Yeah, they got EPS in there. I mean, it's probably an incredible sound system. One would think it's ripping down the street. You're like, here. This is the thing. I feel like this is kind of like an identity play. Like if you want to be like redneck rich, you want to be country rich, you know, you're rednecks with paychecks, you know, then you're going this route, probably getting a bigger bang for your buck here too. One would think.
Guess the horsepower for this.
Oh, it's got to be massive. It's got to be
114.
Big. Yeah, 114 horsepower. I mean,
crazy.
You know, you're going out and you're playing in the mud in this thing.
Yeah,
and playing Ella Langley while you do it.
Yes, you are.
You know, with the Amble, is that what this thing is called? The Amble One?
It's very casual. It's super casual. It's low key.
Yeah, this thing is like built for like I'm on the beach in Portugal. You know,
yes.
I'm rolling down from my house in Malibu to
my
go,
villa.
Yeah, from my villa.
Dude.
You know, it feels. It seems like an identity play. You know, one's EV.
Totally.
I would imagine that the Polaris is gas. Maybe it's not.
Totally.
Maybe it's EV.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Gas, maybe diesel, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be down with either one though. I don't know that I'm going to drop 25 for either of them. But
I'd probably get the slate truck instead, honestly.
I think I'd go with the truck. I'm going to go ahead and go with the truck. I think that I can get on the highway with. Very interesting. We have coming inside of this show right now. Okay. We have the one and only Varun Kundra, co-founder of AfterSell, which was eventually acquired by Rokt, a partner of this show, sponsor of this show. Incredible story with Varun. He has, of course, been enabling all of us to make a little more money on the way to the card, upsells, downsells, thank you page, all of this. Okay. But I think he's got an interesting story about how this whole thing got started too, with a few classmates. Okay. Bootstrapping all of the way. We need to bring him inside of this show right now. Everybody welcome inside of here. Varun Kundra. Varun, get in.
Oh! Hey guys.
Let's go.
Awesome. I love the show.
Varun, welcome to the show, brother. We appreciate you making the time to join us, man.
Of course.
Hey, I will have to say, you've got some great spec choices right now. I'm
Thank you.
a big fan of the see-through
Thank you.
specs, and not that these are Snapchat specs, but I'm a big fan
No.
of these guys. Smart, good looking, great choice for you, Varun. I would appreciate, man. There's tons of people that want to be like you. They want to say, man, let me take all of my learnings, let me bootstrap something cool that I can scale to everybody and help everybody make more money and, go up into the right. Man, how did you get started with AfterSell? Man, give us a little background on how you got here to where you are today.
Yeah.
Give us a background.
For sure. So, yeah, we started about 5-6 years ago. It's a bit of a longer story, but I'll give you guys the gist. It was myself and 3 other co-founders, and we all knew each other in a little bit of different ways, but actually, like most of us, we knew each other at the end of high school, early university. That's how we met.
Crazy.
And one of my co-founders was a drop shipper.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Baby.
He was selling iPhone cases, like lunch boxes,
Let's go.
like everything under the sun.
Yes.
And so he got a ton of exposure to Ecomm and all the software that goes into powering a Shopify store. And one of the softwares that he used was an upselling solution. And he saw that it really did help his AOV, his overall economics, but the solution wasn't great to use. So it kind of seemed like there was a great opportunity there. It seemed like for brands this is an obvious ROI, and so it initially just started as a side project for him, and then later on, like, he started telling us about this, and me and my other co-founders had more of like the tech and product background, and we're like, okay, like this seems like an opportunity. This seems like something that can go big. It was during COVID as well, so we were in school, but at the same time, like, we didn't have a ton to do. There was a lot of free time, and so the ideal starting ground for us. And there was so many like ups and downs along the way. Like at first, we wanted to build in kind of like an ecosystem, like a platform of like 10 different apps, and that failed miserably. That was really tough. Like, we had 6 or 7 apps at one point, and we had to sell them. We had to shut them down. And so that was a crazy story. We also, as you said, we also bootstrapped. So we used to go to a bunch of like university pitch competitions and raise money that way, just to help us, as we built out all these different.
Man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Could you talk to basically, what is AfterSell doing for brands? For the 5 people that don't know what AfterSell is and what you guys are doing for brands, could you walk us through just an initial kind of overview on what AfterSell is doing specifically?
for sure. So from day one, our goal was to help brands make more money. The way that we do that is with upsells and cross sells primarily. So it's called AfterSell because our primary placement is post-purchase. So right after checkout, but before the order confirmation page, we'll create like a full page interstitial, almost like a landing page, if you will, where like you can upsell another product. And through this placement and in our other placements, we've generated over $1 billion in revenue. So
Crazy.
yeah, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. And then about 2.5 years ago, we joined the Rokt team, and it was just perfect synergy there, because what Rokt does is that it powers third-party offers on the order confirmation page. So it's like a 5-minute integration on Shopify, 1 click, and then you just start making additional profit on every order, usually around 25 to 35 cents.
Wow.
I remember, Varun, when I discovered you guys, this was probably, maybe 3 years ago for me, was when I first became aware of AfterSell. Maybe it was 4. But I was at Bruce Bolt at the time, this baseball brand out in the hills of Austin. And I remember seeing what you guys do, and I was like, that is what I need. That's what I need. I want to gamify my cart. I want to, when I'm checking out and people, I want to show them something else. Hey, before you go, buy this, but in order to do that, especially back then, I know things have gotten somewhat easier, I guess, on the side of things, but especially back then, and to do that, you had to have like a development team, and you got to be paying them all this, and like what I needed at the time, and I feel like what everybody needs still here today is the equipping for the one-man marketing team, the equipping for the one-man brand. Make this easy, beautiful, and let me get to work so I can make more money along the way. This concept, and you guys delivering on it, executing on it. And of course, it brings so much value, over $1 billion, so much so that Rokt is saying, yep, you need to be with us. And this has been an incredible help to what I would call the one-man marketing team. I have been such a huge fan of this.
Love to hear it, man. And yeah, I mean, 100% I agree with you. Like, I've been talking to more and more brands, and what I see is that people are having smaller teams, and the cost of acquiring a customer, it keeps rising. And so in that environment, like AfterSell is proving to be critical, because now you can like actually get more out of each customer. And then, yeah, like you said, like it's no code, super easy to use. You don't need, any development help to make this happen. You can make this happen, 1 hour a week, or even, our support team to make it happen. So yeah, 100% aligned. I agree with you. I think there's going to be more and more like 5-person, e-com brands doing 9 figures in revenue.
I agree. I totally agree.
Could you talk a little bit to that bootstrapped founder that's maybe eyeing that acquisition just like you guys, a little bit on like how that early conversation took place, how you went through that process? Because I think to a lot of bootstrap founders, that process is extremely intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I know it was intimidating for us as well. In the beginning, we had a lot of like kind of inbound requests from like aggregator companies, private equity companies, and I think this is common for most businesses that are growing. You kind of get these random emails once in a while, and you hop on these calls and you kind of get a sense of what's out there. So we had that background, and for us, like we knew that we're building a really valuable business because we're delivering so much value to our clients, and long term, like it seemed like it'd be better to have a home as part of something larger. It seemed like there was more value that we could deliver as part of a bigger business. And so that was definitely part of it. Obviously there was personal parts of it as well. But what we really did is like, we made a map of what the industry looked like, of who potentially, would be the right fit for AfterSell long-term. There was the kind of private equity financial buyers. There was the more like acqui-hire type buyers, and then there were the strategics. What ended up happening was, we started talking with someone who had worked with Rokt before. They had sold a company to Rokt before, and so that was like the huge unlock that helped us get connected to this larger business. And I would recommend that to any kind of bootstrap founder selling to a much bigger company. It helps a lot when you have like a good connection with that company. And for us, that came through this broker who had sold a company to Rokt before.
Wow. And talk about a little bit your culture with how you guys have crafted this. We had Alicia on the show a little bit. You guys are doing these crazy offsites in like Australia.
That's true.
Who else is shipping all of their employees to Australia?
I mean, incredible, right?
It's incredible. We saw the video. Like Chris and I watched and played the video on the show. We both got FOMO. we were like, well, I want to be there. That seems amazing. Could you talk us through like how you guys came up with this idea? What was this process, and kind of this big push for culture that you have within the company?
Yeah, I mean, Rokt's been doing annual offsites from well before our acquisition, and each year it just keeps getting better. This year it was in the Bahamas at a super nice resort. So each year it keeps getting better, and I think like from like kind of the business perspective, it's just like it's really important to like value the team. Like, the team is like really key behind the business. We're a product business, tech business, but at the end of the day, like people are what power that more than anything. Like, we have to keep investing, and we have to keep improving the product and the client relationships. Otherwise, it's a competitive space, and you have to keep doing that. So that's kind of like, I would say, the strategy more broadly. I would say like the other thing here is just like it's great. Like it's a great way to get great people to join. Like just like you guys are seeing it, tons of other people who are applying to jobs are also seeing it. And it's something special. Like a lot of companies do offsites, but we like really kick it out of the park. And I think people do that, and people like keep that in mind when they're like looking around for jobs and things like that as well.
Yeah, you had a fire spinner at your last offsite. Like I think like 5 companies in the world can say that, which is bananas.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Varun, I think there are a number of brand operators who are, when they're looking at their P&L, or thinking about software partners, or thinking about agency partners that they work with. A lot of times there's this like thing in the back of their mind where they're like, everybody's trying to take my money. It's like, they're trying to steal my money. And there's kind of like native inherent suspicion. Of course, now I don't feel that way, but I've been on a number of the sides of this thing. And I feel like what's excellent about AfterSell and Rokt is that it's so inborn, just with the product and what you guys are doing, that it's like, we're going to make you more money now. Or we're going to turn on the easy button, make you more money. Like, just get this thing going, flip the switch. And like, you can see, like, you turn this thing on and then money starts to go up. More money than I had before, which I feel like it behooves you so much. And now being a part of Rokt, the interesting thing, before I wasn't aware of Rokt so much. I was very aware of AfterSell. Then when I found out you guys got acquired, then when I found out what Rokt does, I was like, wait, what? Like, you're going to show like Disney Plus is like on my website. I remember seeing it in the wild, and I'm like, why? I just bought this thing. Like, why is Disney Plus showing up? And then when I learned more about it, it's like, yeah, brother, they show that. I mean, and then it's even more money to you. Just like putting these things together, it made all the sense in the world to me. I'd love for you to just talk about this a little bit, if you've thought about this, which I'm sure that you have.
For sure. Like, I think it's just such a natural thing. It's like, that order confirmation page doesn't really do anything for most brands. It's just there,
It's just there.
Totally. It's just there.
A couple of brands, they might have like a survey or two, but you can, beyond that, like, there's not much use case for it. And so it was just like a natural thing where like, okay, like, let's monetize it. And we have all these advertisers on the other side who are really desperate to diversify their ad spend and acquire customers. And so it was just really natural to connect the two. And I think like part of this is like also just like, I think this goes in phases where like historically Rokt has been really, really enterprise, like think like Fortune 500 blue chip.
Yeah.
And then with the acquisition of AfterSell, we introduced the concept more into the emerging brand, D2C space. And now like we're seeing like, copycats, and like this has become so popular, but in the beginning, like it's like, I think like any new concept, it took a lot of like, customer and like market education almost, of like, what is this? Because like most people, they see it, they don't think twice. But as a brand owner, it's like, it's just like a super quick and easy and powerful tool to, improve your margins, add extra revenue, and potentially even elevate your brand. If you're getting these offers from like
Exactly.
Plus, like Amex, all these top like businesses that usually like, they wouldn't necessarily advertise on a small store like that. So
I think this is an underrated point. It's like,
Totally.
People get through my whole experience. I had some upsell, some downsell. I made some more money there. And then, on your way out, look here, we're associated with like these giant companies. I feel like this is an underrated point. It's a big boost to the brand.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree. I feel like, people look at the dollar figure the most, but I think there's like these aspects that are like intangible that are harder to measure. And like usually, people also get concerned about the other way around. They're like, these are other brands. Like, why am I showing them? But then like, these are other brands, yes, but they're also like the biggest brands in the world.
Yeah.
quite
Exactly.
often.
Yeah.
It's like, there you go. And then also like we allow any partner to kind of choose what categories they want. So there's nothing that like, if you don't want it, you don't have to have it.
Yeah. It's a great
Varun,
point.
could you talk a little bit about, some specific impacts that you've had for brands specifically? Because I know that you guys work with insane brands. You guys work with like Cozy Earth, Grunes, Hexclad. These are big brands. Could you talk a little bit about some like kind of before and afters with working with them and some true data that you have around that?
Yeah. I don't want to go into like any brand specifics too much because that's their data, but just in general, like we've seen brands increase AOV by over 10%. We've done that for many of the top brands that you're talking about. And that's that's just through like the post-purchase placement. Rokt Thanks is another 20 to 30 cents in bottom line profit. Which if you're a brand whose like margins are like 5 to 10%, which is very common in D2C, that's like actually meaningful. And so I think like for us, like we probably I told you we've delivered over $1 billion in additional upsell revenue. We've probably captured for us like less than 1% of it. So vast majority of the upside and the value goes to the brands.
Wow.
So I think that's what's like really powerful. Like it's just we are not trying to like charge brands like how some of and I get it. Like as a brand, I think there's so many vendors out there. There's so many expenses. Like you kind of gets a bit tiresome. But our goal is like, hey, like let's let you make more money so that you can reinvest in ad spend and the other things that actually grow your business. And then it creates like a cycle of like more money, more upsells, more money, more ads, and it just keeps going.
I love that.
Varun, how has it? I'm just interested. How has it been different from you being, co-founder, building this thing, bootstrapped, to now being like inside of this giant company, man? How's it been different? How's it been different for you?
Honestly, it's been an incredible learning experience. When we sold, we were 17 people, including my co-founders. It was 6 million ARR, bootstrapped, and we've grown like over an order of magnitude as a combined business unit now, which is absolutely incredible. And then like just as like entrepreneurs and operators, my co-founders and I, like we'd never really run like any like this is our first corporate job, really. Like this is our first experience like, working. So there was a lot of things that like in hindsight are like kind of obvious, but we never really thought about. Like for example, like we didn't really have like any company values at all. We didn't have like any like formal like performance review process. We didn't have any like insight into how powerful the commercial model of a business like Rokt can be, and we also didn't really understand like that much about how brands thought. Like I feel like as part of the acquisition, we've been able to just work with so many more brands and get closer with them. We've been able to hire an incredible leadership team that has taken everything to the next level.
Awesome.
Before it was just like me and my co-founders, things were working, but like it was there's no structure, there was no like there's no systematic process to anything, which is also fine to some extent. It's a startup, it's growing and really quickly from a small scale, but it's definitely another level when you can see like the team that you've brought on board execute so well, but better than you could as an individual in many cases, and just keeps going. It's like this organism almost that has been created, which is really cool.
That's incredible.
Man. That's incredible. Varun, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us. Appreciate you being a part of this show, big brother. And man, for all the things that you guys are doing in the space and for operators on every side of this thing. Man, for those who don't know, they want to get involved, they want to try out Rokt Thanks, they want to get AfterSell going on their share. Where do they need to go? Where do they start?
AfterSell.com. Super simple. If you use Rokt Thanks, the whole AfterSell core product is free.
Bananas.
We don't charge anything, and we actually make you money. So that's our
Why would you not turn on Rock Thanks, baby? Just get
That's
on
crazy.
Rock Thanks, get AfterSell for free, make more money at every on every side of this thing. Incredible, Varun.
Yes,
brother, we appreciate you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back, man. Thank you, brother.
Okay.
He's great.
It's crazy.
He's
Wild.
great.
Wild.
Humble guy.
Yeah. They make you money, a ton of money, and they don't charge you anything.
You just turn on Rock Thanks, like you get AfterSell for free.
It's crazy.
And you're making money, upsell, downsell, thank you page, confirmation page. Like you're making more money at every point. It truly is a no-brainer. It truly is
crazy.
A no-brainer.
Yeah.
Wild. Moving forward here to our lightning round. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Seguno. Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean, Chris? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to cede your trust to big email and their overinflated data. With Seguno, your Shopify data is your email data. And this is why it's email 3.0. Big reason why they won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you build for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. Test drive this platform for free. Tell them Colin sent you. They'll extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of this show. Now, here for the lightning round.
Let's do it.
A little lesson here, a little marketing lesson, especially in terms of creating scarcity and exclusivity. A little lesson here coming to us by way of the New York Post that we must bring up. Staggering $2 million offer for entry into Michael Rubin's ultra exclusive white party. Denied. Denied.
$2 million.
Somebody offered him $2 million just to come.
Crazy.
And he
said no.
He said no. This is a money can't buy thing. This is a money can't buy thing. You can't buy your way into this one, big boy. $2 million? No, sir. Maybe everybody's got a price, but $2 million is not enough. He says this is a money can't buy thing. I think an incredible move for him and his white party. I mean, it just makes everybody want to know what's going on in there. Who's going? How do you get? I mean, it makes everybody all the more interested.
Yeah, it makes it so much cooler. It makes it so much more exclusive. If you're not on the list, you can't buy your way in there. Also, for anyone who doesn't know, Ruben is the owner of Fanatics. So he is in charge of basically a ton of sports licensing and sports memorabilia inside of our space. And he has this classic once a year white party where he invites crazy celebrities and athletes. So all the athletes he's working with at Fanatics, including some really crazy celebrities like Leo, George Clooney, like the guys. And so somebody tried to offer him $2 million. This is the best PR that this party could possibly have, because he is saying, I'm curating this. This is about taste. You cannot buy your way in here. We do not care about the money. This is about the vibes. And you are not the vibe. You are not welcome. You cannot be part of the vibe. That's how good the vibes are. And a little details here. A Zero Bond member. I don't know what a Zero Bond member is. Zero Bond member offered $2 million to get an invite. He said always
no.
4th of July. Always
4th of July was denied. The house here is gorgeous. This is in the Hamptons. It's in the Hamptons, I believe.
A crazy house. Yeah. This house was also in the show Your Friends and Neighbors. They use it to film in that show. This house is unbelievable. It's like front to back, full window. It's bananas, like banana sandwich crazy.
And the Hamptons this is like Billionaires Row, right? It's like the place basically where it's like the place where Northeastern billionaires go to party is kind of I mean, look at that thing. Gorge.
I'm pretty sure this is like $30 million. I'm like pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's
I would believe it.
Bananas. Look at that pool. Look at that pool on the far right. Oh my gosh.
I think too, the like most expensive like grocery store basically in existence. I was watching a YouTube on this recently, is there in the Hamptons. It's like this little
Yeah.
shop. I'm always
Yeah.
surprised how everything in the Northeast is like tiny. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like everything's bigger in Texas, just a ton of room, you know. In the Northeast, like everything's tiny. There's like this little grocery store that's got the name of like Swamp is in it. It's like something, and they charge like $500 for blueberries or something. I don't know. Does this like ring a bell for you? Or
we watched the same YouTube video. I know what you're talking about.
Watch this guy. He's always wearing the Yes Chef hat.
Yeah. We watched the same YouTube video. Yeah,
I think we did. I don't even think that was planned. Yeah, I'm. I mean, of course, it makes me want to go. I want to get like the $50 whatever, like shrimp, whatever. I want to go and see it, and maybe we should have Michael Rubin on the show.
Maybe crazy kid.
Just make a little room for him on the run of show. I think we could do that. Anyway, lesson there. If it's not available for everybody on purpose, then what you have done is created more desire, exclusivity, scarcity,
100%.
and that actually being the case, more people will want to come. Next story in our lightning round: Polymarket apparently got hacked and people's funds disappeared.
Oof.
Polymarket's been in the news a number of times this week. Actually, I think this is like our third time to cover them.
Talk about a roller coaster for them.
I could talk about a roller coaster. Prediction market giant Polymarket confirmed that hackers stole funds from an unspecified number of users after a third-party breach. In an X post on Thursday, Polymarket said that a compromise at a third-party vendor allowed hackers to inject malicious code into its website for some users, contained the incident, and is now contacting the affected victims, refunding them in full. When reached by TechCrunch, Polymarket spokesperson Connor Brandy confirmed that the breach led to users' funds being stolen, but declined to provide more information. One has to wonder, like, did they get my credit cards? Did they get my
what?
How much info did they get in addition to just taking my money? Which will come back. They're going to refund. Around the same time as the Polymarket post, blockchain monitoring firm PeckShield reported that a phishing campaign was targeting Polymarket users. According to PeckShield, hackers had stolen around $3 million worth of cryptocurrency. In the past couple of days, 2 people on the social media claimed to have had their Polymarket funds stolen. So, apparently it is real. It did happen. People are going to get refunded, but not too many details on whether what else has been taken. More information has been taken. Polymarket's a big advertiser, man. We have people in our space that work with them on their ads. I mean, a roller coaster week for them.
Yeah. They also hit $1 billion in ARR this week, by the way.
That's pretty big.
It dropped today.
ARR.
They hit $1 billion ARR this week. Just a total roller coaster for them as a company. I would assume that people are getting refunded for this. It would be, I would be beside myself if they decided not to refund people because it was their security issue. Yeah, but super wild. I mean, they're just all over the place right now.
They're gonna get refunded for sure. They're going to get refunded. But the other side is like, what else did they take? That's I think.
Totally. It's horrifying.
Polymarket's going to, if they get 3 million stolen, they'll lop off 3 million and give it back to everybody. But did they get my driver's license? I don't know what's involved in signing up for Polymarket. I would imagine you got to give them a lot of, sensitive info.
Yeah. I mean, Polymarket is out here giving refunds, but Meta's not. Let's have a thought for that for a sec.
Wow. I did not see that coming. You just slipped that one right in.
It's an uppercut out of nowhere. Yeah.
That was a Justin Gaethje uppercut right there.
Yeah.
Just slipped in right under the guard.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Wow. Polymarket's giving refunds. Maybe not Meta. Oof, it hurts. It hurts, but well done by you. Well done by you.
Thank you.
Sneaky on a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Last story of our lightning round here. Sport Drink has a new flavor, and this new flavor is strawberry lime, I believe. What is this new flavor? Strawberry lime America time.
Golly. Look at this imagery.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
They've got a few controversial figures there that we shall not name. We won't name all of them. But Sport Drink, they do a great job of getting a little controversy going on the X timeline. I have yet to try the product. I would like to try it. I want to try it. I mean, it looks like, in my mind, they're like based Gatorade. It's like based
super
Gatorade,
based,
basically. Is that fair?
Well, we're going to also have the founders on the show as well.
Incredible.
We're having the founders on the show, and we're going to push them on the show to make the sports drink cigarette. We need that. It was tea.
That is the move. Yes, it is.
We want that.
Golly. If they could make an electrolyte cigarette,
oh my gosh. Call it a day.
Call it a day, man. They would be instant billionaires.
Yeah.
I mean, how much money would that make?
So much money.
That would make so much money. I can inhale my electrolytes.
Yeah. Crazy.
Gosh, I hope that they can do that. I know it's kind of a joke, but think about it, ladies and gentlemen. New formats. It's like taking the form factor of, like, syntax, sin-taxed products, like alcohol, nicotine, all these things. They kind of live in this category of, like, they get the syntax. Taking that form factor and like that experience, and then just manipulating it to, like, provide you some kind of health experience. That's why I'm so bullish on Smile Plus that released this week, because it's the pouch, but it's got the stuff that makes my teeth good, and it's got caffeine, and it's that same form factor, except I'm getting, like, health benefits. Like, I'm like bullish on it to the moon.
Yeah, we're about to have a founder on the show as well who is making peptides in the form of patches, and he's backed by Brian Johnson.
Really?
Yeah. I got a whole list of incredible people coming up.
Wow, man. For those who don't know, Colin is the guest machine. Colin is he's like the engine that makes this thing go, baby. And is that fair? You don't like that? I think it's true.
I'm just cooking. We're both cooking.
Whatever. Too humble. Can't take a compliment. I'm trying to gas you up a little bit.
Dude, it's classic. The Irish can't take compliments at all.
I'm trying to gas my boy up. I'm like Scottish English in majority, I believe. That's my understanding. Yeah, you're like, it must be Friday. You're chud maxing right now.
No, tell me more about that.
It must be Friday. Okay, I'm moving on. Because I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. We have the one and only Sarvar Nazir, founder and CEO of Prox, drinkprox.com, coming to us.
Let's go.
Is he here yet, producer Jack? Is he here?
Jack?
Not here yet.
Not
yet. He is coming. Before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Universal Ads. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, you need to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance without the usual mystery of getting involved with television. Get access to both premium streaming and linear inventory, okay? All in the same place, reaching net new target audiences on the biggest screen in the house. Okay, no hidden markups or fees that eat into your results. That's been a big problem with CTV in the past. Campaign setup and management feels just like search and social and be up and running in minutes. Is TV designed that delivers for performance marketers? You can reach basically 90% of US households. It's kind of bananas. Go to universalads.com, sign up there, use the code UA Cowboy. You get $1,500 in matched ad credits. TV is back, and it's like 3 to 5 times cheaper than Meta right now. Okay. That's just what it is. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of this show. Sarvar, I don't believe he is with us just yet, but I want to bring up his website. Can we bring up
Let's
his
do it.
website, producer Jack? Drinkprox.com, DrinkProx.com. Doing something very interesting. He's got a kind of a sparkling hybrid energy drink with incredible macros. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so this is drinkprox.com. His product, Prox Energy, the habit worth keeping. 90 calories, 20 grams of protein. Okay, natural
Bananas.
caffeine, zero sugar, zero
And
sugar,
collagen. And collagen.
and collagen. Like, what else can we put in here? You know, I mean, what else can you put inside of the can? I mean, it makes me want to drink this thing. Sustained energy, muscle growth, mood, and focus. So he's got some functional magic going on in here too. Sharpen focus throughout the day.
Oh, look at that flavor.
Guava palm.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy, right?
Wow.
And then down here, after 3 months, thousands of members reported they're drinking it 4-6 times per week. So like one a day, basically. Feeling better, well-being improved, more satiated throughout the day, 67%. For those of us trying to cut back our calories, you want to cut back your calories and still feel satiated. And then 90% feeling more energized for longer. And he's doing the thing that I think is necessary now in 2026, and that's like third-party testing, you know, all day for pesticides, heavy metals, all the things. It's like we've had Kieran and Anthony from Equip on the show, and they've said like purity is the next play in CPG, and he is doing the thing. He is doing the thing.
He's here.
He's here. And we must welcome him inside of the show, ladies and gentlemen, coming inside of here right now, Austin-based. Who knew? Austin-based hybrid performance beverage brand launched here recently, bringing the world's first sparkling 20 grams protein, all of the things. We were talking about the one and only Sarvar Nazir, founder and CEO of Prox. Get inside of the show, Sarvar. Get in.
What's up? What's up?
Sarvar.
Love
We
it.
appreciate you making the time to join us, brother.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, tell us how did you?
Austin, Texas. That's the hub of CPG right now. I think it's
Come
hub of
on,
CPG
baby.
world.
Come on, baby. We're in the CPG capital of the world. The innovation, bringing it to the masses.
I'm in New York City right now, but Austin's been a great hub for CPG. I mean, so many companies have grown out of there. See It, Poppy, Bloom, C4. So
right,
that's why I'm out
there. You
go. But it's a pleasure to go, Chris and Colin.
And Prox is next, man. Give us background on developing this, man. It looks like you got like everything that's good for us inside of this can with like no calories and no sugar and protein.
Crazy.
Sure. I mean, this is a classic American garage story.
Is it really?
Yeah, I formulated this product right out of my garage. This was 2 years ago now. So, I mean, I think right now I'm in full marketing mode, full distribution mode. But back then it was just an idea. I was really close. I had just finished medical research at the National Institute of Health. So I had a post-baccalaureate program there that I finished. It's really close to going to medical school, but I just felt like that wasn't for me. Clinical research especially, it's very long and tedious.
Oh, yeah.
My personality type fits that entrepreneurial type, you know? And
I pick up that energy from you.
And this was back before the protein craze started. I wrote a little bit about this in my manifesto, but I really believed protein is a very underconsumed macronutrient. And we have 3 main macronutrients we consume right through food. We have carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Fats and carbohydrates are very easily produced at mass for very cheap per calorie. Yeah. Proteins are not. And that's why the market's starting to catch up to that, you know, by putting it into every single product. But I still believe the delivery system for protein is with energy, because I mean that's why I started Prox, because I was consuming protein bars, energy drinks simultaneously, mixing collagen in my coffee. Steak and eggs with coffee. That's a protein energy delivery system, right?
Yeah.
And the energy. I was on a road trip and something really stuck with me. I saw this. This is in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico, and I saw this older man, probably 65 years old, drinking a Celsius, and that blew my
Okay.
mind.
All
You know,
right.
at the time, people weren't drinking Celsius as much, but I was like, if this cohort is drinking caffeine like this, then people feel so tired all the time that they're consuming this
Oh, yeah.
caffeine, and they're drinking it everywhere at all these convenience stores and gas stations. So I was thinking, okay, there must be a mechanism and delivery system to increase protein energy consumption, just not just in powder form, but in RTD form, so it can be in convenience stores throughout the country. And
Yeah,
I had
man.
struggled to find that. I mean, I had struggled to find that in refrigeration space. You had your core powers, you had your muscle milks. You're starting to see these carbonated protein RTDs come to the market now as consumers start to become more educated, but it's still not in the masses. You can't find it at your gas station around the corner just yet. But
Yeah.
that's the goal, to eventually take up more refrigeration space in the energy drink section and the protein section with great tasting products. And at the end of the day, people love great tasting products and want that. And this is a use case that I'd never really thought of 2 years ago. Now with GLP-1s rising, people are struggling they again have low energy, and they struggle so much to consume protein because they have to chew on their foods, they have to chew on their chicken, chew on their meat. And we get so many reviews saying, hey, Sarvar, like your company and Prox has really helped us on our GLP-1 journey, because it's just a way to consume protein, and they get energized because they're so tired all the time. So, and that's just going to keep increasing with GLP-1s. Now you see the data on retatrutide, from Eli Lilly. That's going to completely change our society, and I think there's going to be so much more demand for this type of product. So there's some.
I agree, man.
Prox, yeah.
I 1,000% agree. I mean, Colin, you talk about this all the time. I 1,000% agree. I just love what you're doing, period. But number two, like, you add on like what's happening with GLP-1s and all of the other peptides to come. I mean, I feel like you're poised on the crest of this zeitgeist with this kind of product.
That was just an accident, realizing like I had not catered to GLP-1s. And that's the beauty of growing a company, is like, you don't actually know who your target audience. You have an idea of who your target audience might be, but you don't know what it could extrapolate to.
Yeah.
Pilates studios have adopted our product. I mean, they're going through cases in Pilates studios in Miami and New York City. And I would have never guessed that. This would be like a gym bro type thing. You want caffeine, you want protein, and just optimizing the delivery system. But there's so many use cases. You give it. Cans and hands is the name of the game with beverage. I mean, now we can go to the branding side for beverage, but to market and brand a beverage, people need to know, first of all, when you look at a beverage in a refrigerator, how it looks, right? When you open it, when you think of a Coca-Cola, the red, you grab it, you crack it open, the smell, everyone knows that smell. You like close your eyes, and then you take a sip of it, you know how it's going to taste like.
Yeah.
And that's the branding and marketing behind beverages. And I mean, so for every type of product, it's a little bit different. So it's really important for beverage for people to grab the cans and drink it. And they're probably not going to buy it just by looking at it. You have to get them to try it, right? To try these products.
Cans and hands.
That's right. I'll give credit to I bumped into the Ghost CEO randomly in New York City.
Yeah.
And I recognized him. Dan, he's because you start to research every beverage founder, you dive into it. I randomly recognized him on the street, and we spoke for maybe 2 minutes before he was going to the airport. He was like, Sarvar, cans and hands is the name of the game. That's how you have to brand it. And those 3 words like really stuck me, like, why? Sure. But then you realize, with every beverage, that's how you think of them. You need to be able to consume it, and that's how you build the memory structures of the brand. If that makes sense.
Taste.
Could you also talk a little bit about how much you've tied, the quality, the science backing, the third-party testing? Because I would say this is one of the smartest things that I've seen in e-commerce, period. I think more companies need to be doing this. And I think it is so smart how you're doing this. Could you walk me through that thought process?
Yeah. So formulating we are NSF. We're, I think, the only carbonated protein that's NSF certified. It was very important for me to source our ingredients very well, because right now, I getting a minor surgery. For example, this is just an example. I'm getting a minor surgery, and for anesthesiologists are telling people, hey, you can't consume any whey protein powders because so many of them have so many heavy metals in them, right?
Wow.
And those heavy metals can act as blood thinners for when you go
Right.
through surgery. So they're like, hey, we don't have the time to test for every single protein powder. We're just telling our patients, hey, 2 weeks before the surgery, do not drink any protein powders, right?
Crazy.
And she was like saying, yeah, because of the heavy metals in there. So it's really important for us. So our protein suppliers are all high quality protein, highest quality collagen. We're using highest quality whey proteins, and we're testing for these heavy metals, for lead, etc., to make sure it's really important for me, for the consumer, to get the best quality products for that. So, yeah, and then the delivery. So it's taste, it's quality. All these things come hand in hand: branding, marketing, and that's the journey. That's the journey.
Sarvar, you've I'm like looking at the store locator right now, just in Austin, brother. You got some distro, man. You're in.
That's all self distribution. I'm literally in my truck,
bro. Come on, dog.
Yeah. No. So I'm in New York City now because I'm working with a distributor here. We managed to work together. He wanted to take me on board, so we're going to be launching in the New York market. We did a whole event yesterday, which went super well. But I started in Austin because, well, I knew it was a great city to live. I had visited there about 3 years ago, and I knew this was the place I wanted to grow the company out of. And they're very adoptive of new products. The fitness community is huge, so many different events, and we've been going to so many of them. But as a new product in beverage, you need distribution, and no distributor is going to take you on as a new product without a product market fit, So, cases in my truck, door to door.
Let's go, baby.
Owner to owner, delivering these cases for the past year now, since May. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah,
that's
hard to be profitable with just that base layer of showing product market fit. But the long-term journey is like, okay, we've shown product market fit, DTC, self-distribution. You hand it off to the bigger distributors, and you keep going from there. So,
man, this is like just putting a red light up here. I think you need to be in Austin, Texas, baby, if you want to be on cutting edge of CPG and seeing what's happening. I mean, this is incredible, man. You and your truck riding around here and making this happen. Like 42 some odd stores here in the Austin, Texas area, now expanding to New York City. Man, that's crazy. That's so exciting, brother. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know I cut you off.
I was going to say, I mean, you touched on a touch, just a second, that, the GLP-1 economy and all of that. Who is your core demographic that you're going after? Because you kind of said that it's not these gym bros, which I thought originally it would be, because it's like perfect macros for that.
Mm-hmm. So the supplement space is so saturated, so it's really hard to break into that gym bro demographic. And initially, that's what we had done, and I had done. We had tabled at different gyms in Austin, Lift ATX, East Austin Athletic Club, all the big gyms there. And we do get traction there, don't get me wrong, and they do love the product. But I didn't think I didn't know of the use cases like the GLP-1s or the Pilates studios that it would expand into. And that was just trial and error over and over again. So I was a target audience myself when I started. And that's what I initially targeted, but you never know how you're going to expand from that, And you try to recognize with beverage, especially. We did a whole customer survey. We probably have around 10,000 customers on Shopify, and we surveyed our top 500. And what really, really surprised me even more about what. Again, when you're doing DTC, you have a specific cohort that's going to purchase more frequently.
Yeah.
Right? It might not be the gym bro, but what really surprised me was that we had converted basically anyone who had consumed a form of caffeine in the past. So it was like, I never would have thought a Monster drinker would convert to Prox, but like 20 to 30% of those customers were Monster drinkers, Alani drinkers, Celsius. I knew Celsius because people who drank Celsius would try to be more fitness oriented. So I knew we'd convert those. But I had never thought Monster, Red Bull, matcha drinkers, people who are consuming coffee. It's essentially anyone who's looking to get better they want a better delivery system for
man.
Essentially.
Yeah.
what I realized too is that when people drink an energy drink, they don't feel good drinking it. Like people don't say, like they're like, I don't feel good. I'm drinking a Monster. I love it for the energy, but I don't feel good drinking it. Same with the Red Bull. Same with these other, and now it's with Celsius too. It's like, yeah, I'm a Celsius drinker, like but with Prox, people feel good drinking it because you're getting the macros in 20 grams of protein, 90 calories, and you're getting the caffeine. So, and we're trying to brand around that. Like it's a feel good way to drink energy. And that's the breakthrough.
Yeah. I also love the tagline that you use here, protein without the protein bloat, because I have consumed so much whey protein, and then you walk around your house and you're just feeling your gut like explode out just from the whey protein. You feel horrible and you're like trying to decompress. It's the worst feeling ever.
Right. Sorry, go ahead.
The points here that you're making, Sarvar, it's totally the case. I drink way too many. I drink way too many energy drinks, and I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I feel awful. But I feel more awful if I don't drink them. So then I keep drinking them, and then I still feel bad, and I feel more bad, and you get the bloat and all the things. And man, this makes a ton of sense. This makes a ton of sense. I mean, it makes so much sense that I'm literally ordering it right now. And tell me this. I think, man, the Pilates mommies, bro, this is a
Equinox.
Great. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is a great cohort for you, bro.
Slide me into there.
Great cohort too. How to get into Equinox? Well, each Equinoxes have, depending on the location, they have their own cafes right in the Equinoxes, and they'll have, each region will probably have an own. It depends on the region. Like I know in Southern California, there's a distributor that controls, I think, 10 of the 15 of the Equinoxes. And they have cafes that are operated and managed by a third party. Essentially, it's not by Equinox. Equinox doesn't control the supply chain of the products that get on the shelf there. And you'd essentially have to reach out to each individual one of each region and convince them to get in. We haven't been able to yet, but that would be the next step. We can do the independent gyms, the smaller gyms, and we've done plenty of those. But we're a brand that's been open, a startup that's open for a year, so it's a step-by-step journey. And
I think you are so poised for the incredible influencer that is maybe going on that GLP-1 journey or that fitness journey. Yeah. I think freaking home run, because also one of the things that Chris and I talk about on the show, for an influencer category to work where you're seeding to an influencer, it has to be scroll stopping with how you're doing the packaging. This nails that. And so you have this product that immediately grabs your attention when you're scrolling through TikTok. And then if you can talk about that journey, I'm so bullish on this.
Sure. We recently rebranded for that very reason. Our old can, I don't know if you saw the old can before. We just launched this new branded can a few weeks ago. And it's because, I mean, I'm an engineer by background. So I was all about, like, I was able to formulate the product. Branding and marketing was so new to me. Man, now I enter a grocery store, I can't go grocery shopping the same way anymore. Just because if I'm going into a convenience store, grocery store, I'm spending like 20 minutes in there just analyzing all the packaging. I'm analyzing how the consumers grab each product, what type of consumer is grabbing each product, why they're grabbing it, how long it takes for them to grab it. So it's like, it's dangerous for me to enter any store unless I know I got 20 minutes, I'm going to analyze everything. But from the packaging standpoint, what the mistake I had made last year was not thinking hard enough of being eye-catching and standing out off the shelf space. Like we had the 20 grams of protein up front. We had the flavor, we had the sparkling, because those were the things that was our competitive advantage over all the other energy drinks. But in this modern age, it has to be aesthetic. It has to be scroll stopping. That's how you get the virality. That's how you get the attention. And it's difficult to do that with getting all the components that we wanted to. We wanted to seem fruity and refreshing. We wanted to get to 20 grams of protein in there. And we wanted to not look too much like an energy drink too, a little bit more athletic. And I think we nailed that with that current packaging. It stands out on the shelf. People love it. It's beautiful. And it reflects and it conveys what we wanted from the can. Because with beverages, you have less than 3 seconds to convince a customer to take you off the shelf, in the sea of the rest of the beverages.
Yeah.
So you want to convey the information you need to in under 3 seconds. And I think we did that perfectly with this new can.
That's incredible.
Brother, while we have been here in this show, I am now a subscriber. Just
Let's
subscribe.
go.
And that may be the first time that's happened.
That's
Maybe
the
the
first
first time that's happened. I subscribed.
I was
and
going to for free, man, on me. I was going to send
yeah. Well, this
Now he's got
one's
even
on
more.
me.
I guess we got to send it for free to Colin first, and then we go.
Let's go.
There we go. And I'll say this, bro. I'll say this, man. The hot Pilates mommies,
my
man,
gosh.
I totally get it. They're gonna eat
Yeah.
this thing up, and there's gonna be an influencer or two that's just gonna talk about this thing, and it's gonna go
Explode.
kaboom in NYC and in Austin and beyond. Man, incredible work, brother. And man, I'm excited to see it, man.
It's tough. It's the most difficult thing that I've done in my life. I've done medical research. I've taken the MCAT. I've worked in manufacturing, worked in different businesses, and branding a CPG product like this, there's no playbook for it. There's no roadmap.
Totally.
Like for everything else, it seems like there was just a roadmap for it. Like you study this material, you take this test, you know what to do. There's specific guidelines for it. For something like this, like something could work here, but it won't work here, and vice versa with anything else. So it's super rewarding when things do work, when a customer is like, I love your product, and we get emails, reviews saying, hey, you really helped me on my GLP-1 journey. Things like that keep you going, and you want to keep going. So
incredible, man. Incredible. Everybody go to drinkprox.com. Subscribe.
Yes. Subscribe.
I just hit the variety pack. Let's get them all. Let's get
crazy.
Which one? Let's get crazy. See what happens.
Know what you like the most.
All right, we'll do that. Hey, you know what we'll do too? After they get here, we'll do a little little taste test.
Live on
taste
show.
test.
Oh,
live on show.
Let's
on
go.
show. Sarvar, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Distro in New York City coming soon, all over the Austin, Texas area. Go to drinkprox.com. Thank you, brother, and we look forward to having you back, man.
Thank you for having me.
Exciting.
That is a rocket ship. That's a rocket ship. That's a rocket ship. When you feel it, you know it, you see it. Chris, we've talked to 500 plus people this year, probably around that. We've interviewed probably 500 people, maybe. I'll call it that.
Wow.
That is an absolute rocket of a product. A rocket of a product. It's incredible.
It's poised, baby. It's poised. Coming to us. He's here. He's here. Is the one and only Brian Baumgartner of Northbeam Lore. Okay.
Let's go.
Creating one of the most valuable newsletters that exist on the interwebs, and a feature segment that we're going to have here weekly now, the Northbeam Weather Report. Before Brian comes to us, you know what? This is only fitting. It's only fitting that we do this on the front side. Producer Jack, we need to move Northbeam up right now. Coming to us before he comes, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Northbeam. If you are in your ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that, your Shopify dash says you made this much, you spent that much. Sometimes it's hard to know who's telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey from real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, and then pushing that measurement back into the ad platform so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what they assume is driving your revenue. Book your demo today. Go to northbeam.io. Start measuring what was previously unmeasurable. Do the quote impossible. Go work with Northbeam. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of this show. Now, we must bring the one and only Brian Baumgartner of Northbeam for the Northbeam Weather Report. Let us welcome him inside of the show right now. Brian Baumgartner, get in here. Get in here, Brian. Let's go. Brian.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Colin. How are you guys?
Man, even better now. Even better now that you're here. Is Brian's video with us? Are you with us, Brian? Can you hear me right now? Are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I think
Let's
he's
go.
okay.
Sync
I
back
think he's
up. Let's
okay.
go.
I think we're in sync. We're in sync,
Let's go.
baby. For a new segment here that we're going to fancify. I got a little fancy production value here in my pocket that we're going to roll out over the weeks. But for the North Beam weather report, Brian, we want you here weekly. If you'll join us, will you, Brian? I know I'm extending this invite live. Can we do that?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Incredible, man. Incredible.
Let's go.
Man, I know your incredible newsletter that everybody should go and sign up with. Man, where do they get this thing? Give us the URL. Where do people go and get this thing?
So it's themediabuyer.northbeam.io. So we just stuck it inside our URL, so it's a little bit easier to find. But we call it the Media Buyer, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff we publish in there. But I think our newsletter and the data that goes with that's probably the most popular.
Yeah, the mediabuyer.northbeam.io. Man, if you will, I know you guys have got all of the data. Man, just, back up the truck for us a little bit. Tell us, man, what is going on in the world of media spend? How are things up and down and left and to the right? Give us the update for the weather report here.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about kind of where this came from.
Yeah.
In the beginning here. So when I joined Northbeam 4 years ago now, I realized, I was like, wait a second, guys, like we're sitting on petabytes of ad performance data, independent ad performance data across hundreds of advertisers. So, more than 1,000 now. It's like 6 billion to 8 billion of ad spend a year that we're tracking.
Crazy.
It's like,
crazy.
you don't want to see my compute bill is insane. All right. You don't want to see this. Right. And I was like, wait a minute, that gives us a pretty statistically significant weather report that we can publish about what people are seeing in terms of macro trends and moves, right? So we've broken a lot of stuff pretty early, but I think the newsletter started to really take off right at the top of this year for a number of reasons. So everybody's obviously talking about Meta, of course. They're talking a lot about Meta performance. If you've been subscribed to the newsletter for a while, you know that we've done reporting on what's been happening with how Meta's algorithm is shifting. I think it's more complicated than being like, it's broken, it doesn't work. It's more complicated than that. But we're also tracking a lot of like emerging platforms. I would still consider AppLovin emerging just because they don't have the share of wallet yet. But we're tracking that, seeing a ton of success there. I've watched TikTok performance evolve over the past 2 years. It's been really amazing. So I like to think of this weather report as peace of mind, because if you open this newsletter and you see the data in here and you go, oh, okay, like I see red arrows across all the channels this week. The problems that I experienced in my ad account are not limited to me. Right. It's something that's also everyone's experiencing at a macro level. But on the flip side of that, if you're looking at this and you're like, wait a minute, like all the arrows are up and mine are down, maybe that's something that these Northbeam advertisers have figured out that you haven't, right?
Yeah.
And so it's an interesting way of not just comparing yourself against the market, but comparing yourself against Northbeam advertisers. So we publish CPM, CTR, CPC, new customer acquisition, ROAS, conversion rate, click-through rate, and share of wallet for Meta, Google, TikTok, YouTube, AppLovin, Snapchat, Microsoft, and Pinterest.
Crazy. Can we bring this? I think we have this. Can we bring this up, Producer Jack? I think we need to see some of the numbers here that Brian is talking about. Yeah, scroll down for us, Producer Jack. Let's look at some of this.
Look at this.
So yeah, boy, we do. We got CPMs, CTR, CPCs. Now I love to see all the greens here. I love to see all the green here.
Yeah.
Brian, this is shocking. I mean, a little bit to me. I'll just say, from a general perspective, summer's kind of typically a rough area in Ecomm at times. But man, we're seeing a lot of green here.
Yeah, I call it Ecomm summer. This is the tough time where I love this gauntlet personally because it's a great time for you to test your ad creative in like the most ruthless conditions possible, which is like, I'm at the beach, I'm not buying stuff,
100%.
Like, and so if your ads are performing in that context, then you've got something for Black Friday, right? So an important thing to understand here is this is week over week comparisons. And so you're going to see a lot more variability, like crazy amounts of variability. So, that's why you're seeing these like crazy shifts, and like CPMs will move really well for one and customer acquisition costs won't for another. But in the 4 years I've been reporting on this data every week, I mean, hundreds of issues with this. You guys know what I'm talking about. This, you start to pick up on stuff when you pay attention to it week over week, day over day. What I'm really noticing is an intense amount of volatility within the ad platforms themselves. Just in the last couple of months, we'll call it pressure from the market, from AI, call it changing consumer behaviors, call it pressure from macroeconomic spending pressures, which are reflected very aggressively in this chart all the time. Gas prices shoot up. It's just red arrows for weeks. So what I find really interesting is that this chart, not only does it bring up performance, it identifies things that are changing on the back end as well. So what's crazy for me is you'll see there's like double-digit shifts on TikTok performance here. Now,
crazy.
Why would that happen, right? Well, you go and you dig into that and you look, and all of a sudden you see this like huge leap in performance across all the advertisers in that data set. What's going on is a lot of these ad platforms and a lot of advertisers are out there pulling levers like crazy. They're, we know that Meta's changing the algorithm. We know they're pushing and preparation for like a, fully automated advertising, right? And so I've felt like this data and this reporting has been more timely than ever, because there is so much chaos occurring inside the algorithms that many of us grew up building our careers on. So it's kind of crazy. Like the algorithm that I knew when I was coming up as growth marketers, it's a completely different world. And it has been since COVID, but because of AI, everything else going on in like the last couple of months and consumers changing, I'm seeing more volatility in these charts than I've seen in years. It's really wild.
Fascinating.
Brian, could you talk a little bit about, you've been looking at this chart, you've been looking at this data for, we've been coming up on 6 months into the year. Is there a platform that you are continuously super excited about, continuously stands out, that you think is maybe underrated or people should be paying more attention to? Because you're the one watching all of this.
Can I give like three?
Please,
totally.
Please.
Let's do it.
So, well, more like 4, maybe 5. But here's the thing. I'm a big fan of diversifying where you're getting customers from. If you saw, there was a really amazing webinar yesterday that I was on. I've been on camera all week.
Let's
there
go,
was a
baby.
webinar yesterday with 9 operators. Shout out to the team.
There we go.
They, I can't remember who it was talking about you need to sell everywhere. And so I know we used to be this team that was like, you should scale one channel and you should get there. You should be good to go. Meta's where you should start, obviously.
Yeah.
However, if you're only using in-platform data, and this I'm going to shill here a little bit because I have to. For the record, I was a Northbeam customer before I joined the team. That's how much I loved it. So
I see you.
This is a real shill here, okay? The reason why you're struggling to scale things like YouTube, which I consider one of the greatest untapped discovery platforms, period. I'm obsessed with YouTube. So more people watch YouTube than you think, and more people see your YouTube ads than you think. But if you only use in-platform YouTube data, it looks bad. It looks bad. So, and the same goes if you're looking at TikTok. TikTok would be the first to tell you that 70% of the discoveries that are attributable to TikTok ads don't result in click-throughs. They'll tell you that. I've been at their rooftop parties where they throw a huge number up on the screen and they tell you that. So like the issue is not, these ad platforms don't work. The issue is you can't track them the right way. So this is what I love. I love YouTube. Obsessed with YouTube. It's great. You should get good at it. Especially if you sell things to demographics that are like big YouTube people. I watch YouTube every day. I play guitar. I'm on YouTube constantly. If you were trying to sell me something guitar related, YouTube's a great place to be. App loving is huge, massive. Just pure reach. It's insane. It's insane. Like way more people play mobile games than you think. Big fan of that. if you sell to the very niche audiences on there, Snapchat is also wonderful. You just have to look at it the right way, and you have to run the right. You have to be more, I think, culturally tapped in there.
Totally.
So I'm big on TikTok, YouTube, AppLovin. Snap is pretty good. It's getting there. They've made a lot of huge strides. Of course I love CTV, but that's a totally different conversation. I can't yet say that you need to move a ton of ad spend to Pinterest, but they have made some huge improvements over there. Huge. Like their new CEO came in, I think he came in 2023. And in the years since then, they've started building really, really, really amazing tech over there. And I wish I could shout people's names, but they don't want their names shouted because they don't want their competition figuring it out. I have people who are spending 20, 30, 40% of their budget on AppLovin and getting way better results than they have on any other platform. I'm talking millions of dollars on this thing that people don't believe works. So before you judge a channel on its in-platform data, get yourself good measurement first. I would, if I had to start a brand today, if I had to go and start a performance marketing team from scratch, like I would start with Northbeam on day one, and I would honestly probably start with TikTok.
Honestly. Seriously, you'd start with TikTok.
Whoa. They have the best and most clever content creators in the world. I think TikTok content creators are better than everybody else, with the exception of YouTube people. But YouTube, it's polished. You got to have the camera, you got to have the whole. But TikTok content creators, incredible. I mean, you guys know Hudson and Leo Grande and the Comfort team. Yeah, that is a TikTok content play. Oh yeah, that's a TikTok content play first and foremost. So those are the platforms that get me really excited.
Wow, that's fascinating, man.
Yeah, that's huge.
Speaking of TikTok here, and this week, the click-through rate is like plus 33%. Cost per clicks down 24%. I wonder. I know they're doing their prime. They're like Prime Day, like competition. Deals for you days. I wonder if that has. Do you think that has anything to do with the like jump in performance here? You have any read on that, Brian?
Probably. Then there's a couple things going on. That's going on. At the same time, gas prices have kind of released, and I've seen everybody's performance go up, and those gas prices have chilled out, and the consumer confidence index is actually spiked up for the first time in a while. On top of that, if you go and you actually look at the gap between Father's Day and Memorial Day, it's like a full week longer this year than it was last year, which means we have another pay period that landed inside that. So
whoa,
that's sauce there, Brian. That's sauce, bro. You got your finger on the pulse, bro.
You are.
This is the stuff I'm looking at this from this crazy, but I'm trying to empathize with the consumer first and foremost. And I learned very quickly back when I was starting this business that payday matters. People are sitting around and they're waiting for that check to hit their bank account before they buy your stuff. So having this random extra payday in there, especially for people who are more strapped for cash, which by and large is often a TikTok user, unfortunately, compared to a Meta user.
Right.
All of a sudden they have a little bit more money in their bank account, but they know Prime Day is coming. And are they going to buy a Father's Day gift? But also Memorial Day sales just happened. There's a lot of stuff churning right now. So my number one message is, I know we all want to believe that we can just hammer straight through and we can always send the chart up and to the right. But I think it's really important for you to be aware of the macroeconomic trends that are affecting the people who are buying your stuff. If you don't know what those are, I suggest you just call these people on the phone and you go, hey man, I noticed you're my top North American customer. Can I talk to you? What's going on? And that will help you strategize and contextualize your ad strategies alongside what I'm publishing in this thing every week in a way that's just going to help you be so much more efficient.
Brian, could you dive a little bit into that? If you have some more nuggets on, I mean, you touched on gas prices rising and that is a direct impact. Do you have more of these macroeconomic nuggets that you're kind of paying attention to where you're like, okay, if this lever goes this way, I know ad account goes this way. Do you have more of these?
I don't have data off the top of my head, but I'll tell you what I look at. So revolving credit. So It's revolving credit and also what people have in their savings. And it's the consumer confidence index. So I know that let's start with the last one. I know that is something that gets waved around in the press a lot.
Totally.
As a former data scientist, I've looked at it. I find it really accurate. It's really funny how when they go, it went up this week, I go back and I look at my sales and my sales are up. Like,
Interesting.
Bro, yeah, that's a lot.
That's crazy.
So that's the number one for me. The next one is like, I know we've talked about the K-shaped economy and stuff, but like how much do people have, blanking on the language here, but their credit card usage. How much credit and how much debt do they currently have specifically in their credit card usage? Because when that number goes down, it like bounces. It's like people pay their cards down because they had a grocery prices are cheaper, gas is cheaper, whatever it is, they pay the card down and then they just keep spending, it goes back up. So whenever that number comes down, you can feel good that spending is going to go back up again. Especially, I think, if you sell to everyone. If you sell to a specific demographic, it doesn't matter as much. I work with a lot of luxury brands. They are a whole lot more insulated from this, right? You know, the K-shaped economy, like these upper spenders, like they don't care, they're just spending. But if you sell to your average Joe, he's looking at his credit card and he's going, man, gas has really killed me this week. The rent's going up. Like, I'm not going to buy this stuff. And I think when you reach a certain point in the size of your direct-to-consumer journey, this stuff starts affecting you in ways it's really frustrating. You wish you could have that same, you know, alpha that you had when you were like this big, but and when the whole world was new to you. But I work with a lot of brands that are talking about like what's happening in the world right now. You know, should we not run ads during FIFA games, right? Like these sorts of things are real. I could talk forever about the Super Bowl and how it screws up the entire ad auction every February.
Is it
like
really?
It's crazy.
Fascinating.
What happens?
What happens?
Now I'm super curious. What happens?
Ads get way more expensive because everybody and their brother is running an omni-channel campaign. So usually around their Super Bowl ads. So like you run some ad, you're going to support that with tons of TikTok work, tons of meta work, et cetera, et cetera. So this kind of stuff maybe doesn't affect people who are spending, you know, sub 250K a month on ads, but eventually you're going to be like, where did this weird spike come from? Where like all of a sudden everything was way expensive for like 1 week. And then you go and you look and it's like, oh, it was the World Cup finals. And everybody was, more people are on their phones paying attention, or more people are on YouTube watching YouTube viewership spikes as people are watching replays, and therefore you got more exposures or ad prices went up or down, etc. So always contextualize your ads in the context of whatever else your customers are paying attention to. That, I think, is the core message of this data. Is like, hey, this stuff is happening. It affects you. You should know what it is. And then you have this data set to hold against your own and be like, was it just me or is everyone else feeling this?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, because I remember the one tweet that you guys published was from the Media Bar maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And Roman retweeted this and he was like, I thought, you know, it was my team. It's good to see that my team is actually crushing it, because we sometimes feel like we're going crazy. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where you're like, okay, is my team horrible this week? I don't know what's going on. And then you see this and you're like, got it. Team is not horrible. XYZ platform's doing horrible. I realize team's still goated. Let's rock and roll. Let's keep rolling.
Exactly. Right. And at the very least, you can compare it to this and be like, oh, I see the difference, and it was more or less. Yeah, that's the real value here.
Yeah.
Brian, there was a list that got released here at some point. I think it was this week, actually, a couple of days ago. CPG Power List, 26 insiders supercharging your favorite startup consumer brands. Producer Jack, you got this? I think number 15 here, the one and only
Let's
North Beam,
go.
the dashboard. CPG founders can't live without. I mean, talk about this, Dr. Squatch. You know, all of these
Small
Grooms,
brands.
etc.
Small
I mean,
brands.
just these, small brands. Hey, this is nice for the brand. A nice little pub here out of ink.
Let me just explain this in, I think, the most literal way as possible. Grunz is worth $500 million. Comfort is gonna do $1 billion in hoodie sales. The Ridge is what, 300 million now? Last time I heard him say. Who even knows where Hexclad is at? It's 9 figures.
Yeah.
We built Northbeam alongside these guys. Okay, that
Wow.
second wave of COVID e-commerce that happened like when everybody got locked in their houses and had to buy a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah.
We built Northbeam alongside these people, and they have a philosophy of growth and a philosophy of media buying that Northbeam is just bespoke for. So I'm very honored to be on this list. To be honest, I'm not very surprised, because this thing is built for people who are looking for big growth and serious money. And I mean, Hudson's on stage being like, Northbeam is our North Star. You have people over at Grunz getting on webinars and being like, I look at Northbeam every day. It's the only thing I look at. I don't know what else I've got to say. If you want to be those people, we built this for you. It is not for everyone. It is not for people who like to just vibe and just sell random stuff or just throw random ads up and down. It's for people who want to follow a serious system and scale their e-commerce brand. And they know they have the TAM, they know they have the creative, and they aspire to be like those people. This is who it's for. So really happy to be on that list. I think we've been underground-ish. The people who know for a long time. And the media doesn't pay a whole lot of attention to us, because I think still growth marketers, we're kind of like our own thing. There's like all the ad agency people are out doing their own stuff.
Yeah.
But more and more they start being like, Brian, what are you doing down there?
You're cooking up over there, Brian.
Pretty excited.
That's incredible. I think it's totally well deserved, man.
Definitely.
And this list is great. We got some great looking. This guy's a great graphics on it too. It looks so a fish.
There's some real studs on there, like really cool. Really, everyone should go and check that out. And if you're not aware of any of the brands or people in that list, it's a really great like who's who in CPG right now to get you up to speed.
Definitely.
Nice.
CPG Power List, and the one and only Northbeam appropriately on it. Brian, we appreciate you coming, dropping the sauce, the macro economics and the data and the weather report that's happening inside of our space, brother. We look forward to having you back. And let's remind people, the newsletter, themediabuyer.northbeam.io. Go subscribe. If you aspire to be like Hexclad and Groons and all of the rest, man, go talk with Brian, get on Northbeam and make it happen. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to having you back, man.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. I'll see you later.
He's great. He's great, man. Well, talk about like knower of ball.
Knower of ball. When I was getting excited there. When you're talking about consumer confidence data and you're looping that in and you're looping in gas prices and macro into everything, I get a little excited over here, Chris. I don't know if you can tell, but I was getting
excited.
I was getting a little bit up in my chair and I was saying, what else you got over there?
Getting perked up.
What else? What other data you got over there? What do you have?
Tickling the ears.
Yeah.
Give me a little more, Brian. Give me a little more. What you cooking over there?
The Super Bowl insight's crazy too, because it's when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, people are running Omni off of their whole Super Bowl ad, so then everything is going to get mucho expensive really quick.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Makes all the sense moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. A little segment on con or cans, however you say it. I think it's supposed to be pronounced con. I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Do you think so?
Are we not cool enough to know?
I guess not. We're not there. We weren't in the south of France this week. But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Postscript. Focus is an amazing thing, is it not? Yes, it is. You focus, you get outsized results. That is why when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they're working with to Postscript, they see on average a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. Why? Because Postscript's trying to make SMS your number one revenue generator. I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on the entire platform. The secret is I just did what they said. Postscript's AI shopper is here. It is now. Go get the conversation report direct to consumer.co/the conversation report. Postscript's AI shopper can have one-to-one convos with your customers at scale, brand voice appropriate, etc. Nate Lagos turned it on, made an extra $17K in one day, and they're shipping every week this summer. They've got more and more coming out. Go talk with Postscript. Tell them that we sent you many thanks for Postscript being part of this show. Now, little segment here on cans. I want to say cans. I want to say can, really. I'm going to just ask. We should ask Perplexity. Jack says she thinks it's can. Can pronunciation. Let's see here. Let's just see what does Google say here? I can't hear. What does Google say? Tell me what it says, Google. Can. She says can. Google says can. Can Lions 2026. 3 big takeaways. I be honest, I didn't hear that much coming out of Can.
Did not hear much.
I didn't hear that much. Of the reports that I got, I was saying, what should we feature here? What should we talk about? This was a piece from Adweek that specifically coming from the one and only Scott Galloway.
Legend.
Professor Scott Galloway. Legend.
Yeah.
And so I thought, probably let's go with Scott. Let's see what Scott had to say. 3 things that he had to say. Number 1, the creator economy is the main character. Galloway noted that hands down, quote, hands down, the biggest trend at Cannes is the creator economy, saying there are 500 creators flooding Cannes this year, up from 400 last year. Quote, it's sort of ironic that this is meant to be a gathering. It's 13,000 people from 90 countries. It's meant to be a gathering to celebrate the industry, but the industry hasn't yet recognized they're no longer the protagonist. According to Galloway, talent used to command around 10 to 15% of total revenue, with production and distribution taking the lion's share of budget. Now, talent can command a disproportionate margin and cut out the middleman. When I used to come here, Maurice Levy, Martin Sorrell, John Wren, they owned the Croisette. Now it's some creator who's talking about food. Very interesting. Do you agree? Do you agree?
I totally agree with this. Totally agree with this through and through.
Yeah, it is. It's the creator. It's like someone once said, it's the economy, stupid. It's the creator.
Yeah.
It's the creators. Yeah. Creativity is winning the AI era. Conversation around AI is changing, according to Swisher and Galloway. AI takes everyone to the middle, and it's very moderated, Galloway said. And so creativity has never been more important. Everyone's sort of coming to the conclusion that they're not really clear what efficacy this stuff has. The AI craze from last year's Cannes Lions has subsided, with more practical thinking winning out. Having taste, being creative in the midst of the AI slopification of our various feeds.
Doing something interesting as well, as Oren John would say.
Doing something interesting. Lastly, sports are scoring big culturally. Sports, which have been driving the upfront for the last few years, aren't plateauing anytime soon. Sport is really the cultural religion now, Galloway said. Very interesting. In a fragmented viewing landscape, sports are the last bastion of appointment viewing. Look no further than the record-setting ratings coming in from the World Cup. However, according to Galloway, the impact is going far beyond ad dollars and viewership data. The biggest cultural story would be the coming together that basically the World Cup is doing, what the UN was supposed to do, Galloway said. And these wonderful creators and this content that makes us feel better around the world when we really needed it. I think he's really onto something here with the sports piece, particularly. It's like the last it's like one of the last holdovers from yesteryear, like from the 90s, where everybody would get together. I grew up in Dallas. Everybody gets together, watches the Dallas Cowboys, etc. Like, what of that world still exists in its native form? It's like sports. It's like the thing. Ticket prices going up. Everyone wants to be there IRL. It's like gonna be the live thing that they watch. Everything else is available. They can stream it, seasons, content whenever they want. But what are they gonna show up for at an appointed time? It's like church and sports, man. But it's like the only two things that are left in that kind of in this 2026 agentic world that we live in.
Totally. You can't AIify Lamar Jackson doing a 40-yard touchdown run, juking out 3 guys. Okay. That's still electric. That still gets my blood pumping.
Yeah.
And when Lamar Jackson comes to Charlotte for the Panthers game this year, I'm going to be there. I'm going to figure out a way to be there because it's absolutely electric. It's what I care about deeply. And it's analog. I love the fact that, like, I'm not going to be on my phone during that time. I'm going to be yelling, Lamar Jackson, throw the ball, please. And you get into it. And I'm going to go with my friends and we're going to yell.
Yeah.
And we're going to get pumped up. And there's going to be a lot of touchdowns. There's maybe a couple brewskis. There's going to be some good food. And it's a good time. And it's important to have these connecting moments. But you circle all 3 of these: creators, sports, and you got to get creative with how you're marketing things. If you are playing in all 3 of those playgrounds, gosh, you're going to crush in 2026.
Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Seriously.
And same for when the Ohio State Buckeyes come to Central Texas. What is anybody going to be doing? They're going to be watching Arch Manning do his thing and become the next great Texas Longhorn Heisman hopeful. Perhaps bring that baby home, which we did not for Colt McCoy, even though he deserved it. We did not execute. It is Arch Manning's year, and we shall be watching. Moving forward to closing time. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Proxima AI. Your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. Most brands brief from instinct. What's ads performing pretty good? Let's change them up, hand them off to the creative team. The problem isn't effort. It's that there's no signal from your actual buyer. Proxima changes this, takes your conversions against real shoppers across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands, shows you exactly who's buying, okay, what else they respond to, where your account has gaps. Connect your Meta, connect your Shopify, wire it up. All of a sudden, Proxima maps every conversion back from your store to a real buyer segment inside the commerce graph. Okay, what you get is what they buy across the web, what they respond to, who you're not reaching, and then suddenly all your gaps become visible, and you're not briefing from a blank page anymore. You're briefing from a feed of creative briefs rooted in the commerce graph. Go to Proxima.ai, stop the slop, get going. Proxima.ai. First 3 briefs are free every single month. Get the data that your competitors don't have. Many thanks for Proxima being part of this show. Now, closing time. A couple of great discoveries here. Number 1, Pokemon suitcase. It is a thing.
Crazy.
It has an actual compartment for your favorite plushies. Producer Jack wants one. Pokemon has revealed its suitcase designed specifically for traveling with your favorite plushies. Even has a transparent display window, so Pikachu and friends can come along and watch as they are traveling along with you. They can see the outside world. I don't know how much it costs. This is the piece that I don't know.
I bet you it's expensive. This is a baller idea. I think this is incredible. I also think that Jellycat should do a version of this as well. I think that would crush, but this is a great move. The Pokemon IP is timeless, and it's amazing how they keep executing on this. Home run.
Is anything too expensive for Pikachu? I mean, come on.
No, he's the GOAT.
If you got your Pikachu, your beloved Pikachu, you want to take care of
100%.
Pikachu.
Pika.
Agree. As you noted yesterday, Xbox console price increase.
Brutal.
Woo! Up $100, up $150, up $250, up $250, all across the board. I admittedly did not know there's like Series S, Series X, 1 terabyte, 512. I didn't know. I just thought there's still just Xbox that you buy, but similar to Apple, price increases up across the board. Gamers hurt.
Not good.
Right.
Not good. But here's the crazy thing: all of these Xboxes are going to sell out because of the release of Grand Theft Auto. They can't keep up with the demand, And so if you're going to get an Xbox, you better jump on it now, because there's going to be no PS5s or Xboxes for you to play Grand Theft Auto. They have already reported that it's going to be so much demand, you won't be able to get one.
Why does it take so long to make Grand Theft Auto? I don't get it.
I don't even know. I don't
feel
even
like we've
know,
had-
actually.
When did the last one come out? I feel like we've had like a couple presidential administrations at this point.
Dude, I think like 08. I think like maybe
Was
the
it
housing crisis.
08, bro?
I
That's
think so.
bananas. No,
I'm
there's
s-
no way. There's
I'm
no
pretty
way.
sure.
Let's
Let's
ask Perplexity here.
Last-
When did the last Grand Theft Auto?
2013.
2013. That's a long time. We've had
Yeah, that's a
this is
while.
like we're going on 4 presidential administrations.
100%. Yeah, you're totally right. That's
Crazy. I cannot. I just can't fathom what's taking them so long. But get your Xbox now.
Get them now.
Get them now. Next here, Oliver Henry. Okay, of fame here inside of the growth marketing community. Oliver Henry created the Larry skill for OpenClaw. Okay,
Yeah.
allowed you to automate TikTok videos to sell your various consumer apps, etc. He met Prez. He met President Trump.
Whoa.
Okay, he's over here for the World Cup and was making videos like, "Oh, I'm over here in the World Cup. It's so awesome in America." Okay, and he's there in Washington D.C. Attending some event. What is he attending? Let's see here what he writes. I now understand the American dream. I came to the World Cup because I was offered a last-minute ticket to watch England play Croatia in Dallas, and I started documenting my journey. Content went viral, so much so the President of the United States saw it himself. I was invited to attend the grand opening of the Great American State Fair for Freedom 250. Halfway through Donald Trump's speech, I was told to come and wait backstage for a photograph. This sort of thing could only happen in America. As an Englishman, I never really understood what America has to make it, quote, the land of opportunity, but the results speak for themselves. Wild. That's crazy, man.
Keep making content. You never know who's going to see it. And look, if the administration wants to bring us in and we interview the Prez on
I'm happy to.
e-commerce, we're down. We're 100% down.
We should pitch him. We should pitch him for the creation of the co-chairmanship of e-commerce. We should pitch him on that as a role.
Fair.
We need that. We need some
That's
help.
fair.
Everybody. It's an increasingly larger piece of the
Yeah.
American economy, and I think we could come up with some good ideas to pitch him.
I
on
love
this.
I love it. We got to talk to him about it.
Yeah, well, we are available. Moving forward here to Moment of Zen. Before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Rokt AfterSell. Most D2C brands are obsessed with getting the next net new customer, as they should be. But the real lever is making more profit from the orders you're already getting. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and you can add $3 to $4 to every single one of those without touching your ads, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. Brands like Olakai, Cozy, or Groove Life, they're already doing this with Rokt AfterSell, adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing offers from Disney Plus, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on your LTV, and you can be live within minutes. It's truly a no-brainer. Go to aftersell.com/offers. Get rolling with them today. Make a little more money with each one of those orders that you're getting. Many thanks for Rokt AfterSell being part of this show. Now, Moment of Zen as we exit and head off to the weekend. 100-year-old woman here. 110? No, 100. A 100-year-old woman from the New York Post shares secret to long life. Quote, 40 cigarettes a day and marmalade was her take on this.
Love to see it.
As we head out here, words of wisdom, final word from you, Colin Doherty, before we head off to the weekend.
Just have fun this weekend, folks. We got 4th of July next weekend. Just have fun, prepare, and rock and roll. It's going to be a slow work week next week for most folks.
Yeah, next Friday is a national holiday. We will not be live in the same sense. Federal holiday, okay? So we will not be live next Friday. We will be celebrating July 4th through next weekend. This weekend, We got a lot of weekend watches coming up.
Yes.
With you. We had an incredible cast of guests this week. So be watching the feed. More cuts to come. Thank you for joining us. Also, peek in on the comprehensive hot jobs list coming out over the weekend. Thanks for joining us. We will see you on the other side.